Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 40. And this week, we talking about 40s and tons, baby. Rock crawler stuff is getting done around the shop. What did we do all weekend, Andy?
Only one day.
It took the entire fucking day,
yeah.
though.
Oh, did it really?
Okay.
Well,
So this weekend, we started welding the Easy Truss onto Andy's Super Duty 60 to swap underneath his XJ. Marcus, you were there in the morning,
Yeah.
and it looked like things are going pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I was working on the ship box because we were taking it up to go visit Tori's dad. So, I had to make sure all the fluids were good, the brakes were good, coolant, all
Wired
that
up your
shit.
new horn.
Wired up my new horn that sounds like the Roadrunner, meet, motherfucker.
it does.
It is pretty lame, to be honest.
Yeah, and
but
some other stupid piddly shit. But yeah, you guys were,
you left at what, noon?
Yeah-ish. Like 5 after maybe.
Yeah.
But it looked like a pretty decent kit.
yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
The
kit
kit's
was
awesome.
Yeah, kit was pretty good.
It's all laser cut plate from Barnes 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Already
the
pre-bent.
only thing that didn't really line up was the backside lower control arm mounts, where they were like a quarter inch
you have a
off of the
picture
slot
of
that they cut.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Basically, we decided against putting it where they thought we should put
By
them.
just a little bit.
Because it was either like put it right up against the C, the inner C of the axle, or
That's not it at all. Keep talking.
or just kind of do how we did, which was just trim the bracket a little bit and put it where we wanted to, and then weld it.
Yeah,
So not the biggest deal, really. Just a matter of like we were like, well, we could do this like this, or we could just not.
Hey, that looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, these pictures do
For the
not
bottom
show-
bracket?
Yeah, they're not very.
They don't show me what I
super
wanna
zoomed in or
see.
anything. But yeah.
Hey,
Basically,
wow,
yeah,
look at
just
that.
it was a small little cutout on the backside.
Yeah, they don't show me what I want to see anyway.
Yeah, you
This
can kind of
is-
see it
this
under
is the
that
closest,
over
yeah.
to the right. Yeah,
Yeah, so this very bottom picture shows it the best.
Mhm.
There's a little notch.
you can
zoomed
kind of
out.
see the notch.
There's a little notch in the
Yeah.
plate it's supposed to line up
Oh.
with. Then it also hits the inner C.
Yeah,
right
they
here.
they tell you to grind the factory welds off of the inner C where
Yep.
it welds to the tube.
So that you can have flush weld.
Well, instead
no.
we could just cut some of the bracket off, the part that actually like slides into that notched plate, and we just moved it over to the left a quarter inch.
Yeah, there's like a
gotcha.
little key slot here it's supposed to click into.
Mm-hmm.
We literally set it over like a quarter inch off of that. Instead of getting it tight into the corner, we just scooted over a little
Which
bit.
for how wide this axle is, bigger than my
Stock
original axle.
Mm-hmm.
Like these brackets should be way wider anyway, so it's not the
And
biggest deal to
I'm-
move them in a little bit.
I'm actually wondering about that. I wonder if this axle's so much wider because of how big the inner C and the unit bearing is. Like, I wonder what the actual tube length difference is. Like,
That would be
the
interesting.
C's and edges on like a regular
Oh,
Dana
I can
30.
measure them. I still have it. Yeah,
I think we should do that just for
yeah,
for
like
fun,
inner
but,
of brackets and outer of brackets.
like where the inner C starts.
Oh,
Like,
okay, yeah.
The
Well,
inner
yeah.
C on a Super Duty is going to be like 4 inches.
I'll
Or
write that
on a
down
Dana
real quick.
30 is probably like 2. Like the axle tube might actually be a lot closer to the same width as a Dana 30, but everything past the axle tube is just way thicker.
Yeah.
Which,
Heavy duty.
after we were basically done for the day, we pulled the axle shafts out, which was actually tougher for some reason because there's a little vacuum seal in there. We fought it for like 5 minutes. We're like, we got to look it up. It should
like
not be this
it was
hard.
coming out really slowly. We're like, okay, it is working, but like it's kind of really fighting us.
Like it was just giving you that just a hair of resistance where it's like, I think I'm going to fucking break
It's that
something.
like suction pressure where like it
Yeah.
comes out and then pulls back
But
in.
also,
that's
that
not
would have
good.
been the same amount of slop that if this were a C-clip axle, all we would have done would be pull up against that C-clip.
There's a
it
little
was
bit
just
of
it was maybe
delay.
like a quarter inch is all we got out of it before it started to really suction. So we're like, well, like what are we missing
like-
something else? Like,
yeah, we're looking all over. Like, is there a set screw holding
Yeah.
one of these covers or something?
so we just kind of double checked it with a reference on YouTube and was like, oh, like the vacuum seal. I'm like, that makes sense, which I'll never need that again because I'm just gonna be doing the manual hubs. And I also don't have vacuum and a vacuum actuator either.
yeah, which you don't need. Honestly, you'll end up
Yeah,
switching
no.
to Yukon hubs if the stock ones ever fail.
Yeah,
Probably,
so
you know,
not a big
or
deal.
mile markers or something, something manual or off, not auto set.
Basically, yeah.
Auto's sick, but
Oh yeah, but yeah, not
It's-
in my application. So
no, not super necessary for what you're doing,
but yeah,
especially with you're gonna be hydro steer and stuff. But
yeah.
So-
yeah.
so let's start with.
Oh, why it took so long? We can go
Yeah,
back to
we'll start with like the very morning.
Yeah,
When did
so-
you get up? And
Oh,
what
yeah.
did you? Because
So I after reading the directions the night before, I realized, I need to wake up early and cut 2 inches off of the factory pumpkin. That way I expose more axle tube on the driver's side, which to start off there was maybe 2 inches, and you had to have a total of 4.
I'm gonna pop up the
Yeah, that's perfect.
this
That little red.
picture.
Yeah,
Holy
So,
shit!
Over here on the
it's
right
all, I
side,
cut off the same. Yeah.
basically this says for 99 to 04, but they're the same axle basically. But like the stock casting, you trim everything else off of it, and then also trim 2 inches of the casting back.
Yeah.
So up to this point, he got all the extra brackets and nonsense off.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, this is pretty close.
How long did the just taking the brackets off take
It
again?
was, what,
So
9 hours?
8 or 9 hours.
9 hours total, but this extra bracket took I counted a total of 10 hours, basically, including to get it officially prepped, like besides that
Yeah.
little bit I forgot, because that was probably another 35, 40 minutes that morning, which
Holy
I
shit.
thought it would be longer, but it ended up being pretty easy.
Well, you'd rather have it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a better picture of when we were talking about that
the key
tab.
slot.
I didn't think to open up the
Ooh.
instructions. So if you look in here, like
Yeah.
these are supposed to line up.
Yeah.
All
So
we
you just
did,
cut that tab wider.
all we did was just set it instead
we
of
already welded it to the tube.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. All we did was just scoot it over a little
Yeah.
tiny bit.
Literally, the width of the bracket is what it's scooted over.
So instead
and then
of-
we welded all of it together.
Yeah,
Like,
instead of
it's-
being in this hole, it just sits right next to this hole. I didn't mute my phone. I'm an amateur. The mics wouldn't pick it up anyway, probably. Someone's gonna comment, "Yeah, I heard that." Fucking
It'll be me.
yeah, you might as well. You had to listen to it to do that. Either way, they're supposed to line up in that little tab. We just scooted over to cheat it. These are way better pictures of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you had to wake up at what 5:30 or something to trim
Yeah,
this
yeah. I
extra
rolled
bracket?
out to the garage about 6. Decided to get that already, clean up the garage a little bit, get it loaded. While loading it, my little Caterpillar battery pack died right when my mini forklift lifted like directly level with the tailgate, not over top of it.
Ah.
So it really kind of sucked. So I basically just manhandled it the rest of the way into my truck bed, and it was like I definitely could feel myself pulling my muscles in my biceps.
You manhandled this, I don't know, 600-pound axle
Yeah.
around. Yeah, one of
Yeah,
these
at
guys,
least.
basically. Yours is not this nice, but same
Yeah.
idea.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah,
Same
just-
basic
What is
thing.
the
just
load
old as
capacity is
fuck.
2200? Yeah, mine's good for like 6 to 8.
Yeah, this one's
So-
a lot nicer and
Yeah.
like newer and better probably, but still, same idea. Give a general idea what it looks
Well, I
like.
paid $150 for mine.
And this one's $4,000.
$4,000
And
yeah.
weighs 1,000 pounds. Yours does
Oh my
not weigh
God.
that much.
Yeah, no, mine is probably 300 or 400.
So I think the two of us could move it without too much
Yeah, it
hassle.
wasn't too terrible.
Yeah, it was not 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you're using to lift it, and it's just battery powered. Well, if the battery pack runs out of battery, you're kind of shit out of luck.
Yeah, so I'm figuring that out. Brian's brother Michael is gonna get me a semi truck battery, and I'm gonna do because they have this like probably 1990s ish battery charger that they had hooked up to charge the big deep cell they had in it. Well, that battery took a shit when I bought it, so I'm like, well, I just have my battery pack. I'll just run it off that. No big deal. Well, now that my battery pack is officially like on the deathbed,
And that's probably like an 8-year-old pack at this point.
yeah, I
mean,
bought it when I bought the Red XJ,
which
so
would be
yeah.
just out of high school, probably.
Yeah, so it's about 7-8 years old.
yeah. So it's-
Christ.
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't amazing.
It was never
then.
good. Yeah, it
was-
barely started most diesels. It used to be able to pull a car up onto my trailer with using my winch. It would not pull the Subaru up. The guy had to start his little Honda Civic. And,
Oh, really?
yeah. So like I was like, yeah, it's kind of just junk. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, it died half like right about where it was level with my tailgate, so I just manhandled the rest of the way, and it just sucked. I use a ratchet strap to kind of like give some forward pull on it.
Is it this thing?
Yeah,
Roughly?
$200. Yeah, it's exactly that.
Yeah. Yeah, just a generic jumper pack. But yeah, it's like compared to the ones we have, which are like jump and carry like 660s and 900s, like those work circles around this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna invest when I have a little bit of money because I'm sick of this piece of shit.
It's better than nothing by a
Oh
lot.
yeah,
You know,
it's great. It would be great for like my 4-wheeler. I could jump that probably 50 times.
Jump your car half a dozen times,
Yeah,
you
cars you could probably do a handful of times, but like any diesel, any big
When you
like,
need that
like,
amperage.
Yeah, deep load like using my winch or using the forklift. Yeah.
You know, I think this is my exact one.
Yeah. it
Fuck,
looks
that's
like
not
it.
bad.
That's not bad at all.
Pop-ups, hold up. Good Lord.
I fucking
love
love that
websites.
jump pack.
Where do you had to order them or what?
I got this for Christmas, so I don't know for sure. But
Okay.
I mean, free shipping and $265. Like,
Yeah.
this thing will start anything forever. It is
Yeah.
a beast.
That's kind of what I thought. It was like $200 or $300.
Yeah, I thought it was more than that,
God,
honestly.
we've used that thing for fucking everything.
Well, no. We used his dad's, which is the skinnier version
This
of it.
is the even bigger version of that.
Yeah. Even like your dad's did awesome every
Yeah,
time we've ever used
the smaller
it.
one's like a 660 or a 600 or something. This is a 950. This is
Holy
even
shit.
Yeah,
even
it's-
bigger.
Yeah, it's got a lot of power.
Yeah, these things are awesome.
More power, baby.
And they just charge off a regular like TV style plug, like the little 2-prong guy.
Mm-hmm.
Where the smaller one is an extension cord, like it's the male side of an extension cord. So you
Yeah,
just plug a
same
cord
with how
straight
mine
into it.
is. Mine is like that. I don't
That
have
is
the
pretty
extension
nice.
cord.
Having the separate
Yeah.
cords, not annoying, but it's not
Yeah.
the nicest feature. But
Oh,
I
well.
see why it's like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll start fucking anything. It's
Mhm.
great.
But yeah, so
So,
yeah, that was fun.
you
Yeah,
had to get
loaded it up.
stupid early, load that by hand,
Yeah.
cut it all up by
Got to your
hand.
house like 8:30.
Yeah, right around 8:30.
Right when we got inside, or right when we unloaded the axle and got inside, my buddy from Iowa texts me. He sends me a Snapchat of him in Oglesby with the tag on it. I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm picking up a sheet of steel. I'm like, I could have got you one from like the place we're at right now, the
Yeah, you're
full-time
like,
fab
from
shop.
Where? Like, what? There's nothing in Oglesby.
Yeah, but turns out some dude just has a stack of like 5/16 plate for
5/16
$200
like
bucks. I think he was telling him.
either 2x8 or 3x8 sheets.
I think 3x8. He said
3x8 because
Yeah.
it was weird size.
Yeah, for like $200. It's like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah, it's
probably
not
better
bad.
than I
So-
would have done.
And then he also had to go to Dwight to pick up a transfer case. So, that was for his dad. But yeah, so I was like, well, come on down if you're like,
if you've just got
it's
time to
kind of
kill.
it's kind of on the way to Dwight. So yeah, come on down. So he came down and bullshitted with us for I don't know 20-30 minutes.
What's his name?
Uh,
Is it Eric Grunder?
Alex.
Or something? Alex.
Alex Grunder. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Pretty
gonna-
cool dude. I used to race dirt bikes with him and kind of his friend group out from Iowa. And yeah, there he is. He's got a pretty bitchin'
pop up. I'm trying to find
Suzuki
a good
sidekick.
picture of it.
Probably the first couple.
Probably back up here.
Yeah.
Let's pop this up just for.
I
Good
believe-
lord.
Yeah, Suzuki Sidekick on propane. It's a little 4-cylinder, like 1.6 liter.
yeah,
On
1.6 or 1.4, tiny little
3/4
thing.
ton axles.
and it makes it look ridiculous.
Yeah,
That
it's
thing
it's
looks
huge.
fucking
It's super
sick.
top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
He went out to Colorado a couple times. Arkansas, I know he likes a lot. He's been a lot out west so far. He just took it down again to do.
Oh my god.
I forget something.
Skip
Oh, that was
that.
him proposing.
So I'm gonna skip that picture just for. I'll go to
Yeah.
this.
But yeah, he's
Good
been kind of. That was when
lord.
it was tiny.
That's from
apparently.
2021. Hey, you're even in these comments. Like, so we gonna go wheeling soon, right?
Oh yeah, because my
That's-
Jeep was done. Yeah.
This is before he did all that. This is from 21.
Yeah.
But
Damn, I didn't even realize that.
yeah, that's what it looks like now. Except it's just way bigger now.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah,
the
yeah, he has
sidekick.
quite a bit of skill.
Yeah,
He's built
from
it
what
up
he was
pretty
talking
nice.
about, he's like he's rattling part numbers, and I need this to match with this to do
Mhm.
this. Like he was on top of it.
Yeah,
Pretty sweet.
yeah, pretty cool, pretty unique rig. But yeah, so he stopped by. After that, when did your boss come? Like,
Were you there when my
11-ish?
boss showed up? That would have been
maybe
after that.
like
Probably-
1 o'clock then. Or,
Yeah, because we had finished welding the axle tubes and we were doing the truss, so it was probably
Yeah.
2:00 ish when he had showed up.
yeah,
They're like, we were there from basically 8:30 until about 5:00, maybe 5:15.
yeah,
But it's like when you're welding an axle, everything's cast iron other than the
Mm-hmm.
tubes, so
Takes time.
you're heating it up slowly, welding it, cooling it down slowly. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of like
Realistically, we wasted like
Downtime.
2 hours talking with people. Like
Yeah.
between his boss and my
between
buddy.
like
And
one
then-
of the
oh,
na-
and then
one of
the
the
neighbor- yeah, the
one of the
neighbor guy.
neighbors showed up first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
trying to, like-
8:15 on a fucking Saturday morning.
Yeah, expecting to talk to us. I'm like, there is a 1% chance anybody would be here right now.
What the hell did he want?
So my Honda's been parked next door, which is where our employee parking is.
Mm-hmm.
That building is nobody's
yours.
Nobody works there currently. We've tried to buy it. The guy who owned it died like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
He had said whenever he dies, we have first bid at it. Well, that's been like a year now and nothing's happened of it. So we've just still been parking out there because it's not a problem. And the guy came in. He's like, "Hey, do you know whose car's parked next door?" I'm like, "Oh, the Honda. That's mine." And he's like, "Oh." Like he was taken aback that I'm
Yeah,
like,
he
"Oh,
didn't
it's
think
mine."
it was somebody that like owned it who was right here.
Yeah.
He thought that somebody just dumped it or there was like,
He's like-
they were selling drugs out of it. He
Yeah,
had
he's-
all kinds of like
He's like, "Well, there's been a
ideas.
lot of like sketchy stuff in this neighborhood, and it's
Yeah.
got out of state plates on it." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like here's what happened. Like we flew to Vermont, I bought it, I drove it home, and then I get home and
What
the
the
title's messed up."
fuck?
And he's like, okay. Like he had no idea. Like
Yeah,
He was trying to like mail Karen and
well, no,
not
we
he.
well
what we had come up with was his wife sent him over because it's his wife's family who owns the building.
He's a brother-in-law or
Oh,
husband-in-law.
gotcha.
You know, he's not related.
He's married
directly.
into it. So what happened was we thought like he told his wife, "Oh yeah, honey, I'll go over and talk with him and figure it all out." And then he
wasn't expecting an
Saturday
actual
morning. Saturday morning turns out
explanation.
we are actually here when he didn't want us to be.
Yeah,
he
he
comes in and has to talk to us. Found out, oh, it is their car. Shit.
Like,
what
oh
do I do
wow, they've got a
now?
great excuse for this.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn. Look at that.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's like,
so-
well, I'm like, well, I'll move it. It's not a big deal. Well, no, you don't have to move it. You know, you should just let somebody know it's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm telling you right now.
Well,
like, what the
isn't
fuck do
that
you
our
mean?
employee parking? So who gives a
it's
shit?
technically it is city easement because
Well,
it's within
yeah,
so many
but-
feet of the road.
Whatever.
And we put all the gravel there and we maintain it and kill the weeds and stuff.
Yeah. It was a weird.
It's-
Yeah.
he
He
basically
showed
showed
up. My buddy showed up. His boss showed up. It was a lot.
You
of wasted
showed up.
time.
I showed
yeah,
up.
fucking Marcus.
Yeah, we wasted so much time doing a lot of the time was waiting for cast iron
Yeah,
to cool.
a good
That's
chunk
just
of
part
it. Yeah.
of it.
So not
So
too
anyway,
bad.
we'll get back to that because we had a bunch of pictures of that and we haven't even gotten
Yeah.
into those.
True.
Where to
That's
go?
not
Oh,
the
it's in the
video.
XJ one. I'm like,
Probably. Oh.
There's
I saw
a
all
Oh,
the pictures.
SD60. Okay. Yeah.
I saw all my pictures by like I put them in folders inside of people's things to keep track of them. I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah.
gone, but it's
Yeah.
inside the XJ folder,
Yeah. Inside the Super Duty.
inside
folder.
the Super
Look at
Duty
that.
folder.
Oh, and you put your pictures on it too.
Yeah, I put a couple to kind of fill in the gaps, but
Oh yeah. So originally we welded the tube to the pumpkin.
after we'd already half set up the truss and went, ah, shit, got to take it back apart.
Yeah, I forgot
now.
about that.
This table is one of the best things we have in this shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's hydraulically adjustable. It's just the right size to build an axle on. I love
Mm-hmm.
using it for stuff like this.
It was very nice.
So basically, as you can see here, it's like one side's welded, the other side's got a blanket wrapped around it.
To hold in the
So
heat.
basically, you'll sit there with a torch and heat everything up, you know, about 200, 250 degrees, somewhere depending on what you're welding. For this, it's cast steel, about 225 is where we were setting it at. Weld it all around and then heat it up some more to even the heat out. Because as you're welding, the heat soaks through and it'll like make one part really hot and the part next to it will be cool. That'll cause micro cracks. And those turn into real cracks if you let it cool too quickly. So you want to even the heat out after you're done welding and then go through and wrap it so it cools really slowly. So here's the first side. It's just a very simple 1 MIG pass around it. Heat it, cool it, all that stuff. That went really easy. Nothing crazy happened there. So here's that video we were talking about. You could see the heat transferring through
This is all
plate.
mild steel, so it's not really that bad. Like
Yeah.
this was
This is
we were
welding-
talking about this with Nick, I believe. Or I was kind of trying to explain it with Nick when we,
Oh, yeah,
it
'cause
was when we were
didn't-
talking about my
Didn't
frame
he
stiffeners.
want to learn how to weld?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Still
we were
does.
talking about this when I was talking about my frame stiffeners.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, oh, you can kind of see the heat. Like that was perfect because he was mid weld. I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted to like kind of talk about.
Yeah, and it ties in really well with talking about like cast iron, like heat transfer and stuff.
Yeah, and you could literally see the
pull up a
blue
good
wave
spot.
moving as Brian is, doing his weave with the welding with the MIG gun.
Yeah, I mean, you could see exactly where the hot spot is and the cold spot is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So on cast iron and cast steel and stuff, if this hot spot is too hot compared to the cold next to it, that heat difference will stress it and it'll break.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have to preheat and post cool everything really carefully on cast. Yeah,
Metallurgy stuff.
This being mild steel, yeah, you just rip through
Yeah,
it.
who
Like,
gives a shit? It's fine.
this all act like the whole top half of the truss went together really, really nicely. Everything on there welded good, felt good.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Laser cut stuff was nice.
Yeah, everything's laser cut with slot and tabs. It fits together super nice. I think the next that's going through the video. Skip to the next picture. Why is it not skipping to the next picture?
Because you're
Okay.
a media player or
But
no?
nope, it's the same app. It just wouldn't skip for some reason.
I
Whatever.
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see better of the axle here. You can see how everything's got little laser cut holes and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are for the control or the upper control arm mount. These are for the bottom.
That's for the bottom plates.
plates.
Slide
Like
up
over
into.
here's where the spring went that I was just welding. There's a little coil bucket that sits on top of there to help, align stuff. But there's just a picture of us setting up the passenger side of this, I guess. This was actually before we welded the tubes. Like we'd already set all this up.
Yeah.
And then went, oh shit, and had to take it all back apart. But
Meh.
yeah, everything on here is going together super nice. Here's mid setup.
Hey, look, my ratchet strap.
Yeah, we had to steal this from Marcus because I broke our other ratchet strap the other day. Putting way too much force on it. They're not made for that. But
Me.
it looks like a lot of stuff's going on here, but it's really not that crazy. Like, you set the axle flat according to the surface of the diff cover.
Yep.
And then you set the truss to lean forward at 6 degrees or lean towards the pinion at 6 degrees, which I use one of my levels for. Has a little angle finder on it. Super easy.
And just make sure it stays there,
And then
which is what the long red strap is for.
Yeah, the long strap is holding the axle tight flat so it doesn't roll backwards or forwards as we're setting up.
And then the orange one was simply to bring down the truss because it was kind of...
To kind of squeeze this whole corner back down.
Yeah, because it's manufactured parts. They're not exactly perfect every time, especially like... Hell, like that axle could be bent from when I picked it up out of the junkyard. You never know.
Exactly. Plus, we already welded all the stuff onto the top side of it.
And
so there's
a lot of heat in it.
Anytime you put heat in something, it flexes. It doesn't matter how big, how small, how thick. Everything you put heat into will move, whether it's 1/1000th or an inch. Like, so the fact that like you could weld all this stuff, if you welded every square inch on this truss, you'll bend this 1-ton axle multiple degrees out of straight. It's crazy. So. Yeah, all the setup went relatively good. It really wasn't that hard. Nothing felt weird or out of square. And
No, it seemed like she fit together pretty well.
yeah,
without
honestly, everything, like we only had a couple things we had to like tweak and cut a
barely.
little,
Yeah,
grind
trimmed
a corner off.
Yeah, trimmed like 3 of the brackets, and then the rear control arm brackets, which was the last thing we did all day.
Which is the one, like, by the time we got to there, we both forgot to take pictures. We both didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
We were just working.
Yeah, we worked. Well, I skipped breakfast and lunch to do this. Andy brought himself some breakfast, and I didn't want anything for breakfast, unless he would have brought me something too.
But yeah.
By this point, it's basically the better part of 4 o'clock, and we're like, it's cooling off. We're good, I don't know if there's any other pictures in there. No, that's it for pictures, but
just for
Not
this,
too shabby.
But yeah, I'll say once we were cooling, we took out the axle shafts and outer hubs. I'll say we haven't said how much they are.
We have not yet.
Do you want to take a guess how much the short side and long side? This is the hub.
This is this hub.
Yeah,
and the shaft
no brakes on it.
The shaft that goes from here
Weight
to right here.
wise?
Yes.
We had a scale, so we measured them.
Yeah, because we were pulling them out, and he's like, wow, these are kind of heavy. And I'm like,
Short side,
the shaft's probably a foot long. Maybe, probably less than that. Probably
I don't
closer.
know, $120.
No. No, you're way over.
Way over?
Way
Okay,
over.
90
Yeah.
pounds.
Still way over. 52 pounds.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
58 pounds. One or the other.
Was the other side $120?
No,
No.
it was
shaft-
50 something and 60 something.
Yeah, it was like
Or
50.
yeah, 65 on the one side and like 52
I guess
on the
that
other.
inner
Yeah.
shaft really isn't that big.
Yeah,
It's-
I know.
Oh, fuck, I had
Oh
measured
yeah,
it.
it was inch and
Inch and 3/4?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was big.
Yeah,
Super duty stuff, but
yeah. The diameter. It's a solid steel shaft, and then the hub with where all the lug nuts are bolted to the studs there. It slides right out because it's a unit bearing, so it all comes out as one, like right into the carrier. And Brian was like, "Oh, we have a scale right here, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, let's throw it on. Why not?"
Shits and grins.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Not including like another 60 or 80 pounds in brakes and calipers and everything else. So
Yeah, none of these show up with the hub either way.
yeah.
But yeah, we're like, he's like, wow, that's kind of heavy. I'm like, well, how heavy is it? He's like, I don't know, 60 pounds? I'm like,
How
let's find out.
heavy is it?
So yeah, I just grabbed our part scale. I'm like, oh, it's fucking 52 pounds or whatever. I'm like, well,
And that was the short side. We were like, "Damn."
yeah. So pulling just the axle shafts and bearings off, you save 120 pounds out of this thing.
Yeah,
It's
a
like-
lot more easy to move around now, surprisingly.
yeah, it's the weight of a Dana 30 that you just slid out
yeah,
of it.
this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big upgrades.
But yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
pretty much all we did, that's all the work we did on Saturday. Then we asked Nick and Caitlin if they wanted to go to Texas Roadhouse.
Because
Yeah.
Marcus and Tori
Oh,
are
but
gone.
by the way, so we were
Tori's mad.
we were at her dad's, and the whole reason why we went there is because he's slowly moving some things over to smart home.
Okay.
So like we put a Nest thermostat in.
So he needs his fucking daughter's technician to come over.
yeah, basically. He knows what he's doing. It's just like I'm just there to help more set up the app side.
You've done a lot more smart home than most people.
And it's kind of funny because he had the thermostat we didn't wire up properly, so it took me like an hour and like 2 hours to get that fucking
oh
figured
my
out.
God.
Well, because So we got it all programmed. We got it all wired. Put it in,
Mm-hmm.
and we literally followed because when you wire a Nest Google Nest thermostat,
Nest is Google.
it
Yes.
tells you how to set your wires,
Mm-hmm.
and you label what your wires are. So we did everything the silver one.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah.
I was hoping he was
Which
going to
sil-
get
this
the
guy?
Yeah, not the stainless steel
So I've
ring.
got the old style.
I like the old style. I like I don't because the thing that sucks
Oh, my
about this
parents have
one,
this one too.
Most
is
people do anymore. Yeah.
there's no physical
This one
dial.
This
I don't
one,
like
I don't
it.
think it really does, but it like vibrates at each notch.
It-
It feels a lot more
a little
physical.
bit, yes. But
Or wait,
no, this one has a touch sensor on the
Oh.
side, but it's only like yay long. So you,
oh, that's awful. Yeah, mine is a dial. You
Yeah.
can turn the outside of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so whatever. Took me like 2 hours to get that fixed because we realized that his yellow wire. So basically, what happened was we got it hooked up,
What had happened was
and the house heated, but it didn't show. It didn't show the option to run the air.
that's a really common problem with these that people
Yes.
have. Apparently, it's a real pain in the ass to get it to actually like work.
Yeah. So what actually happened was blue was our common, white was white. We had a green, we had a red. Oh, our blue and our yellow were actually flipped.
Like you had to flip them after the fact
Yes.
to correct it.
So what he had a Westinghouse thermostat before.
Okay.
So what happened is it came from the circuit board on his furnace.
Mhm.
Went through a jumper, went into a wire saver, which took it from 5 wire down to 4 wire,
Okay.
went up, got tied into, went up again, got tied into, and then we couldn't even find where the fuck it ran up
It's just
the
going
wall.
all through the house.
So I literally was sitting down next to the furnace with the wires pulled off. Doing it, and I was like, why the fuck does this thing say no power? It has fucking power. It's on. Like, I've literally metered it. And then I realized when I took the bottom cover off the furnace, there's a toggle switch in there.
Oh my god.
So I was like, oh, dumbass.
Like,
and I had to hold my thumb. Well, it was the momentary push
Oh.
button. So I had to sit there and hold it. I was like, okay, I got it. It's fixed now.
I figured it
I'm going to
out.
put it all back together. So
Goodness.
I was on my phone the whole time, and I was like, these motherfuckers. Whenever we're home, none of them want to do shit. The minute we leave town, you guys
Well,
want to
no,
go to
to
Texas
be fair,
Roadhouse?
I owed
You guys
Brian
want
a
to go to
dinner.
Texas Roadhouse? You guys want to go to dinner?
You guys want to go this weekend?
Fuck y'all.
I don't
We'll-
give a
we'll-
fuck.
we'll
No,
go
because
again.
I'm broke as hell.
Wham.
Well,
don't
then don't bitch.
Don't
But yeah, so
complain.
we I owed him a dinner because I gave him my 1080 as payment, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy you dinner, like wherever. I'm like, literally anywhere. I'll go to Texas Roadhouse.
Well, and that's
that
usually
kind
how
of perked his
he like
interest.
said that. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Well, we
I'm like,
checked
let's-
Peoria, and it was 2.5 hour wait.
Oh, yeah.
for a table of
So we're
Yeah,
like,
four.
so you book your table and then
Joliet?
leave.
No, we still would have had to
Oh,
wait an
well,
hour.
yeah.
So we were like, how about Joliet? Like, where's it? There, Caitlin was like, well, there's Joliet. It's like, yeah, it's turns out it's a 10-minute closer drive. I've
it's a
done
lot
it
easier drive too.
8 fucking years
Well,
of my life driving there every fucking
Yeah.
day to work. So I'm like, yeah, like 80's fine by me. I don't care.
But I mean, that's how we usually pay each other back. Is I'm not gonna pay you money. I'm just gonna pay you, and I'm gonna buy the first round of drinks.
well,
and
it's I
food.
can pay you for this thing, or
Or-
let's just go eat.
Well, no, I'll
food.
say most of the time it's, I know you deserve a lot more, but this is what I'm going to give you. Sorry.
treat
I'm gonna
you
get.
real
I'm
nice.
gonna give
One
you
of
a
these
nice
days, yeah.
hot meal that none of us prepared.
After not eating all day, it was pretty sick.
I'm sure it was balling.
That's one of those times you can eat all the rolls and the apps and all your food.
Yeah,
and I'm
we
like,
ate. I ate. Like
That's
a
usually
month.
what
he
I
said he
do.
was still hungry. Like he could go
I could-
home and
I
have
could
something.
ate
I'm like,
more.
I'm gonna die. Like
That's usually.
I didn't feel relief until like 2 hours after I
Yep.
got home, and it all came back out. I'm like, I feel better now. Oh
Meanwhile,
my
I'm
God.
eating apps, have a 12-ounce ribeye, grilled shrimp, 2 pieces of bread, and then like
Yeah.
a bunch of the rolls and the apps. I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
good. Like,
Yeah, we had the app.
We stopping for
like
ice
combo
cream.
Usually-
platter and stuff. Oh.
What I'll do if I know we're going to Texas Roadhouse, I won't eat dinner. So I only eat maybe once a
You're
day.
psychotic.
I know it's
Explain
it's
your
crazy.
whole daily like. You just don't eat. I don't
No.
understand.
I get up,
Yeah,
I
I
go
don't
to
get it.
work. I don't get hungry until about 3 o'clock, and then by that time it's like, well, I'm not
When
gonna.
I get to work.
Yeah, I wake up starving.
No,
I don't
I like my
understand.
body has to get up and move, and then it's like, oh,
actually,
my
like,
stomach's awake now. Hey, you're fucking hungry.
I can't function on the weekends now without having some sort of breakfast. Even
Really?
Like, I need something of breakfast.
I don't get hungry until about 2-3 o'clock, and then at that point, it's like, well, if I eat now, I'm not gonna be hungry for dinner,
That's
so I'll just
crazy.
wait.
Well, I'll say now that I eat like. Usually it's a breakfast sandwich or burrito.
More consistently.
Like I specifically try to find like the least calorie shit because I'm like I don't need calories. I just want like
You just
something
need
to munch
something.
on. And it used to be because I used to get jittery after I finished my Red
Oh,
Bull.
I get so fucking jittery all the goddamn time.
Well,
God, I
like
don't.
yeah, like if I was and I drink my Red Bull so I don't fall asleep on the way to work because when I'm tired,
Yep.
that's when I'm tired.
You get in the car.
It's just for the hour drive I have
Yep.
to work so I don't fall asleep because I've done it. So have my little breakfast, have my
little
my
breakfast.
usually small Red Bull,
My little-
and I
my
can
little
still
Red
get
Bull.
jittery. So I'm like, well, if I have a little bit of food, I don't get jittery. There you go. Now I'm just like eating my breakfast makes lunch not seem like unbearable. Like I'm dying to eat lunch.
Yeah, you're not
which is kind of nice.
desperately waiting for lunch.
Yeah, so like lunch I can eat it anywhere from like 11 to 3 o'clock, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm like I should eat now so I don't fuck up my dinner later. 'Cause
Yeah.
if I don't eat dinner, then I'm gonna be really pissed off at night.
In the morning,
so.
yeah, like you'll lay in bed like, God, I should eat something, but I should go to sleep,
But,
but I should
so
eat something.
Dude,
usually,
Hot Pockets every now and again. It's just like
ugh.
this is exactly the amount I need to not be an asshole. Perfect.
That's like that. I need that in the house, but also I can't have that in the house because I'll finish eating and be like, damn, a little bit more wouldn't hurt.
Oh,
I'll throw it in
yeah,
bed.
yeah.
Like, I can't do
literally
that.
today. I had mashed potatoes and a chicken patty basically that I grilled yesterday, and I was like I could
Oh,
eat more.
fuck,
I'm
I
like, you
need
know what?
more.
You know what I have? I have Ghirardelli chocolate squares, so I just ate 2 of those. I'm like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
totally
that's it.
happy now.
But so usually I won't eat dinner the night before we go to Texas Roadhouse. Then when I go to Texas Roadhouse, I have a 22-ounce
oh god,
New York or USDA Prime sirloin, an entire appetizer, potato skins, all of my potatoes, and my green beans.
Green beans.
Green beans.
You know they have mac and cheese.
What?
yeah, well,
yeah,
apparently it's
yeah,
new.
that's what I
Apparently
thought.
it's new.
When did they bring mac
Don't
and
get me wrong, it's
cheese?
not great.
Can you get it loaded?
No,
They didn't.
No, I don't. Think
You
so.
can get it loaded.
You probably could, but like,
Yeah,
Bitch,
maybe.
slap some extra cheese on there. I want it.
It needed more cheese. Like it was decent
Was it kinda
macaroni,
mid?
and
It-
like the cheese was
yeah.
good, but it needed more of
Needed
it.
more.
all mac and
Yeah.
cheese is good.
Yeah.
But it's like it wasn't the best. But like,
Yeah, no.
we're both sitting there like we're all ordering whatever. Like Caitlin says mac and cheese. Andy and I in sync.
Like, we're
look,
like,
we
there's
both
mac
look-
and cheese.
We both look down at our menus at the same time at
We're
the
like, huh?
back page where the sides is. Like we both like immediately look.
Yeah, it wasn't there though. It was in like the middle section
Yeah.
on the lower part. I'm like, oh, there it
It's
is.
in their
Look
like
at
yeah,
that.
like their dinner
They
sides
had, like, a little
or whatever.
picture of it. I'm
It's
like,
a
oh,
separate.
okay.
We're like, well, fuck, give me
It's like
some
that's
of that.
why I
Give
didn't
me
see it,
some
'cause
of
it's not in
that.
the sides
Fuck.
thing,
But
yeah.
literally, it was the most in sync we've ever. We both like turned and looked at the same time. It's like
You
mac and
literally had
cheese?
us at mac and cheese.
Yes, and I'm like, well, I gotta get it now. So,
You had me at meat tornado.
oh, God bless. But yeah, I'm like, damn, that was good. I could eat some more.
You
Everyone's
guys
like,
want
"Are
to go to Dairy Queen after?
I did say that several times.
I want some.
I was only half
I
joking.
set cruise control and I said, "Fuck this! I'm out. I'm going home. I need to sleep this
Well,
off."
we can make it to Ottawa by about 8:50, and they close.
Oh
at
yeah, it
9.
would have been
We
really
got
close.
time.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like, full.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was good.
Jeebus.
Definitely well deserved, I suppose.
You suppose.
Mm.
Speaking of that, what are your plans this weekend?
Fucking throw a rope around the rafters and start pulling.
Hey man,
That's a joke.
because a whole bunch of Subaru parts are coming in tomorrow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Neat.
Like,
All
right, didn't
Stupid
ask.
shit.
well, we always
Evap.
do stupid shit in
Well,
your
yeah,
house.
Exactly. Evap solenoid.
You didn't just steal the one off his car, or is it different?
His does not have
96
it.
doesn't have it at all.
My-
my
go.
97 does.
My
have, but I
evap-
think it's different.
My
Weird.
evap
yeah.
solenoid purge valve solenoid is from 99 to 04.
Okay, so it wouldn't have worked even if it had one for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, no.
He
my
has one, it's
my
just different.
97, my wagon does. The parts card has none.
It might have just gotten pulled
So
off
it's
that
weird, yeah.
separately. Well, he's at the gas tank.
No,
was
no, it's
leaking.
just
No.
not there. Like I have a big.
He's
charcoal
got a charcoal-
canister,
well,
yeah,
he's
on the
got-
wagon,
Is
and
the
I-
spot for it there though?
No.
Like maybe it got
no, it's just
pulled
bolts
off.
to the frame. Like there's just a bracket off the frame. There's
Because he's
nothing
got
really-
the
Okay.
the charcoal can,
Yeah.
and then it loops up and goes into a just a catch can, a filter,
Yeah, canister of some
and then
sort,
just
yeah.
comes out. Mine, it goes through the charcoal filter, through the purge valve, then through the filter.
Okay.
So
Interesting. I didn't know if the old guy had pulled it off before he sold
No,
the car.
yeah, no, there
just
was
an
no
extra step in
sign
there.
of it being there on the parts car.
Weird.
Well, especially because when I was taking the hitch off, there was nothing there. When I go to put it on my car, I'm like,
There was shit in the
fuck,
way.
I got to take down my charcoal canister to get to the frame bolt and
Which you
and
fucked
do
a
it.
bolt up.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did.
Of course, because you'll have that on these big.
Well,
jobs.
they were really rusty.
were
I'm
fucked.
surprised the other two came out. So
I'm surprised that did not give you more trouble. To be completely honest.
What's that?
Which
you're-
thing? Putting the frame on his car or taking it
putting
off?
the
the
Taking
other
it
one?
off.
Oh yeah, no. Well, it was fairly new, which was nice.
Yeah, the hitch probably wasn't factory aged. You know,
No,
if it's
that's-
if it's
it
a
was
curtain,
mine's
maybe
fucking
a year or
factory.
two old.
yeah, if it's a
at
couple
best.
years, it will come off. But it's just how nicely it's going to come off.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
they're,
so
they're good.
So you have a whole
purge
list of-
valve. Sorry, I'm trying to load the Amazon up.
Jeez,
Purge
guy.
valve. I got fog lights.
You have fog lights.
Fog light bulbs.
Oh, so you can blind people with
A
those
brake
too.
Yes.
light bulb, I hope.
Nope.
He said a brake light
We
burnt
tried it.
out since he
Turns
got
out-
the car.
Turns out the parts car didn't have any of the bulbs for
Let's
his.
go.
You have 1057. My rears take 2057. So
Yeah.
when you hit the brake, it turns
It's
the
got two
main
filaments.
and the secondary on.
Yeah, that's how most, like, if it's not separate
Yeah,
bulbs,
but
yeah.
the ones in the parts car were backwards polarity.
Yes.
So it only
So
it only locks in the
when
one
Yeah.
way.
when
I
the
see.
running light was on, one of them would be on. When I'd hit the brake, it would just turn it off.
Yeah, so it was
that's
like it was,
awesome.
I was like you've got it. Like that must be the difference in those numbers. Other
Yeah.
than that,
Yeah.
they're the exact same.
Yep, it's just it's where the high pin and low pin are.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a
They're just
design
swapped. Yeah.
design thing.
So, yeah, the purge valve, new LED interior lights for the trunk because that's still on incandescent.
Oh, gross. Incandescent.
disgusting.
For record, I have my interior lights turned off.
And then
I
my
hate
roof
them.
rack shows up tomorrow as
You
well.
already have a, well, I guess you need more roof rack. than
or
roof
sorry,
rack.
roof basket.
Roof basket. It's not going to load.
It's
My
not
internet
gonna
fucking
load.
is
You-
kicking my
you-
ass.
you motherfucker. Basket.
All right, that is a roof basket. I'll
Basket.
be
Basket.
Neat.
So yeah, then we can slowly start putting a light bar, ditch lights, a reverse light, my radio.
damned. Just in time for the engine to shit itself.
Yeah. What are the
Not this one specifically.
what are the
but same
orange
idea.
skis that people have? I forget
Orange
what the fuck they're called.
skis?
Like the little
Huh?
plastic orange things. You put them up under the tire.
Oh,
Max Trax?
traction boards.
Traction boards.
Yeah.
Thank you. Traction boards. Some
You're going to spend
water
more on
and-
that stuff
Yeah,
than you did on the
Jesus
car.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's still good. It still needs a motor, Marcus.
I know.
Supposedly.
It's so here's the funny thing. So
Do you know how much Max Trax cost?
yeah.
I'm gonna buy cheap ass ones. I don't
Brother,
give a shit.
even the cheap ones are $150.
I found some for $65.
They're not good then.
They're gonna be the ones for like RCs for the fucking for
I
making
looked
scale.
and some of them were.
Yeah, some of them are that much
Yeah.
for the 1/24th scale.
Some of them probably
So-
just don't tell you that.
Yeah. So I checked all the fluids before we left when I
Correct.
was
Yeah.
over here. Of
You
course,
also dumped in the
Dump the coolant
Coolant.
back in the coolant.
Yes.
Coolant
Yeah.
'cause I
system.
pushed it all into the reservoir again.
Because it just does that.
It's just quirky Subaru thing.
We should just seal the reservoir so it's pressurized too. Then it'll just push it right back out.
There you go.
That's making a bomb.
It's only a bomb if it can't handle the pressure.
How
How much pressure?
It can't handle the pressure. It's shitty plastic.
We'll make one out of aluminum. Then.
Okay,
and we'll just
fine.
put a little air pump on the top so you can push it right back
Yeah,
in.
there you go. Yeah.
We'll
So
pressurize the canister first.
when we got to her dad's or Sunday before we left, I was like,
Sunday,
you know what?
Sunday.
I'm gonna check her over once because this is it's a 2-hour drive.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Do that in my
for
sleep.
for the Subaru,
In
it's
my-
a lot.
I'll do
because
it. I'll do it in the red
sits-
truck. I don't care.
It sits right at 3,500 RPM where it down the fucking highway.
yeah.
So whatever, and there's hills
It did
and
like
shit.
2,000 miles
Yeah,
home. It's
it's
fine.
fine.
Forget about it.
I decided to I checked the oil, checked the coolant.
Right.
It had filled the fucking reservoir up again.
It just does that.
It's like, all right, whatever, fine. 2 hours on the highway
at temp the
whatever.
whole time, building pressure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
makes sense.
We should underdrive your water pump.
Or
Like unironically, like we should put a smaller pulley on it
see,
so it builds less pressure.
you know what I'm waiting for?
The engine to explode.
Well, that,
You get hit by a bus.
lightning, maybe?
Get fucking. I don't know. Go with your thing because apparently mine are all accurate.
Yeah. How are you going to fix this? 5 gallons of gas? How are you going to fix a 5 gallons of gas? And a
A
lighter.
lighter.
But
Correct.
I'm waiting for spring to finally fucking show up, and then I'll
was
just take the
70 degrees the
thermostat
other-
out.
No, that's not a solution.
It is a solution.
You don't have heat.
I won't need it in the summer.
Technically, if you pull a thermostat out, your cooling system can get less efficient because it's going too fast and it's not cooling off the radiator.
Okay, so then I will put the thermostat in that I
You
drilled
drilled
too
a
many
bunch of
holes
fucking
in.
holes in.
That's my summer thermostat, and I have a winter thermostat.
We're gonna
You're gonna change them out like your sets of tires
Yep.
for the season.
Exactly.
Love that.
honestly, it's not the hardest
But-
thing to do
Yeah,
in
it's
that
not
car.
bad.
It's 2 bolts. It takes me longer to fill the
To
radiator
drain
back
and refill
up.
it.
Yeah.
We
But-
should underdrive your water pump. Make it spin slower. It'll build less
Look,
pressure.
if
Well,
you want to
it's-
pull the
it is
timing chain
a-
covers or
Oh,
the timing
yeah, I'll
belt
say it.
covers
I was
off
about
and
to
get
say,
up
yeah,
in
you-
there,
you
go
have to
for
pull the
it.
entire front of the engine off, and then it's
God
also
damn it.
cast into the thermostat housing.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
or
We
like the
just
water-
put it on
it's a
the
whole-
we
it's a
just
whole
put it on the belt
mechanism.
sander.
Option 2. We'll pull your water pump one more time, break half the fins off, and put it back in. It'll make way less pressure and have less flow.
Then we'll just have a summer and a winter water pump.
Might as well have a summer and winter engine and then
Yeah,
summer winter
exactly.
car.
But so we got back, and of
Fine.
course it was full again. So I was like, okay, I'll switch it.
Mm-hmm.
For work on Monday that day, I had to go to Streeter.
Yeah.
And before I left for Streeter, I was looking on Subaru because they have all their OEM diagrams. So I'm like, I really would like to find where the hell this outside temp sensor is, because it's
Outside.
worked. It's worked. It
It-
worked once
I love that
for
it's like-
about 2 minutes.
It has worked. It does not work.
Yeah. It has only showed up on the dash once with an actual fucking number.
And then it was wrong every time after.
No, it was decently accurate.
Yeah?
It was only like 2 degrees off.
Oh, that's acceptable.
That's better than nothing. So I'm like, there's probably just a wire that's
But you
fucked
don't,
up in there.
you don't need
so
a temp
whatever.
gauge when you go outside and it's cold out
Well,
there.
yeah, but whatever.
What are you going to do? Wait till it hits 30 degrees and pull over and change your thermostat?
Yeah,
I don't-
exactly.
I don't
So
understand.
I was like, all right, I'm going to look for this real quick. So I pulled the hood up when I got out to Streeter. I was like, you know what? I'll check the coolant reservoir. Fucker was full again.
Drill a hole in that.
So, yeah, it's however big that coolant reservoir is,
You're
out
saying
of
we need a
coolant?
bigger one.
and it does fine.
Once it fills that much, it just stops, you
Yep.
mean? Or
It just stops. It doesn't overheat.
it's fine?
Doesn't,
Race
so
car, race car
that-
stuff.
Sounds like it's not a problem, and I wouldn't deal
So
with it.
yeah,
I wouldn't
I'm
worry
I'm
about it.
I'm just gonna take before I leave tonight. I'm just going to pop the reservoir out again, dump it in my coolant jug, put it back in, and be done.
Keep that vicious cycle going.
Yep.
That's insane.
That fucking coolant is getting nasty. It's got
That
fucking
means-
oil in
That
it.
means it's cleaning.
Yeah.
If the coolant's nasty, the engine's getting cleaner.
Yeah. It's got oil in it.
Mix in some sand for great results.
Yummy.
Honestly, that would soften up the water pump a little bit. Just put some loose pea gravel in there.
Just put some slime in the coolant. It'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe not.
So yeah, Subaru things. I have
I did
slowly,
Subaru things as
somewhat
well.
been looking. There's a
Cringe.
guy up in Wisconsin, right next to her dad's.
You've
funny
been to
enough,
Wisconsin.
who bought one. It was the engine needed work, so he
Every Subaru
well,
ever.
yeah, he had the timing chain done, like actually rebuilt it. Apparently,
Allegedly.
I mean, it's not going to kill me to go there and be like, no, this thing's shot to shit. Put the
fair.
engine back in it after all that work, and then realized, oh, my transmission's bad.
Your transmission's fine. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Well, then what are you worried about?
You know,
His transmission's
the guy
bad.
who rebuilt his engine.
But you have a good transmission.
Exactly. So I'll
Yeah.
just go
He's gonna
pay
take the engine out of that
$800 for his
Yeah.
car and take the engine out.
Yeah, that makes
800.
Yeah.
for a freshly rebuilt engine. Is he like have it for sale
Mm-hmm.
or how much does he actually want for it?
$1,200.
Oh, well then yeah, lowball the shit out of him. Fuck it.
Exactly.
Nobody wants Subaru parts.
I guess you'll get your fucking summer wheels and tires, and you'll get maybe
Yeah.
$200 back out of scrap.
Yep.
You put your engine in that car, fill the trans with stop slip, and sell that for $1,200
Yeah.
bucks. You're
And
like,
sawdust.
And sawdust.
Yeah.
Sawdust quiets the gears.
will it run? Here's some vegetable oil.
Makes it
Just
run smooth as a nut or sweet as a nut.
Yeah.
wonder what viscosity olive oil is.
Well, is it real olive oil or fake
I'm not.
olive oil?
I'm not going down this olive oil rant today.
There's a conspiracy theory about this. Fuck.
Yeah, apparently
There always
if you
is.
put olive oil in the freezer, if it freezes, it's fake. If it doesn't, it's real. And like
most of it's real.
85% of the olive oil that you buy at the store is fake.
Cool. I guarantee
Yeah,
you,
I'm
I've
not-
never bought
I
olive
don't
oil.
give a shit.
You're missing out then.
Yeah,
Olive oil.
olive oil.
Me at the deli with
I
my
bought
oil.
I bought a big thing of vegetable oil when I first moved into my house.
Olive's a vegetable.
Used it maybe once.
I think it's a fruit. Google
Is
it.
an olive technically a fruit? Am I
You
gonna
know,
learn
like
something?
vegetable oil goes bad, right?
Yeah, well, I forgot.
And it smells like shit when it goes bad.
I used it maybe
Is it a fruit?
Maybe like
Yeah,
a
olive
tablespoon
fruit.
worth of it. Forgot about it. 5 years later, like a month ago, I bought more vegetable oil, but I bought a smaller one this time because I'm like, oh, I need it for. I think I was making pancakes,
He half-assed learned his
Making
lesson.
and I was like, oh, look at that!
Making
I already had
pancakes.
some of this, and I just
Olives
threw the
are
old one away.
technically fruits. I'll be damned.
Ha!
Well, I didn't need to know that today.
The
but I know
more
I do.
you know.
Okay. So olive oil is just fruit oil, so it's not vegetable oil. What world are we living in? It's crazy.
Weird.
No, olive oil is fucking great. Use it to pan fry steaks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That and butter. Butter's so
Crisco.
fucking good.
So I also did some Subaru stuff this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
'cause
What
I
did you
had
do?
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off this week for no fucking reason.
So I wanted to ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Small little tangent.
Yeah.
How big of a pain in the ass was it for you to wire up your trailer lights? Because I do not have any. I don't have the wiring for it.
On your Subaru?
Yes.
I didn't put them in.
Oh,
I just cut them out.
fuck.
He has a.
They
he
make
has-
adapter boxes.
They have like
Do they? Okay.
I cut out the adapter box for mine because this guy bought one for
Yeah.
the parts car.
Not
so
that
I
I'm-
cut it out. He had one power wire going like for power to that box, and then he had like a handful of other wires going to like the harness in the back of the car.
Are they expensive?
Not really. This one's $30. I don't
Oh,
think this is-
$30.
Yeah, no, it just depends whatever you need from your car. You need to know what wires you need to tap into
Well, I need
on the car.
brake
Is it-
lights, running lights, and turn signals. That's it.
Yeah, so this isn't exactly what you would need, but there are some like this that like
Well, I was
they'll
just
take
thinking because
your-
I'm like,
because you have a double filament bulb, so it has a brake
Yeah.
and a turn signal. Trailers only have a single
Brake.
element. It's
Yeah.
either brake or flash for turn signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it can't do both at the same time.
yeah.
So you have to find like one. It'll either combine two wires to make that signal that you
Which is
need.
what I did. That's what I used on my Jeep when I used those trailer lights because they only had the certain number of bulbs,
Yeah.
but the Jeep had more.
Yes.
So I had to get that converter box. Essentially, is what
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
And use that.
But yeah, no, they're not expensive.
But
you could,
okay, cool. That's something I'll have to get then. Because
you
I
can
was
knock these off
thinking
$20
like,
or something.
I mean, not that I can't go over and borrow Andy's little trailer, but my
Well,
tiller
that
is
doesn't
that's
have
not
a
street
plate,
legal.
doesn't have
Not-
insurance, doesn't have lights.
You could borrow
Damn.
my little trailer.
Yeah. They probably weigh the same.
And no, my trailer's not. My trailer's a steel
The
deck.
wood
that's
one?
The whole length.
Oh!
The little black one. Yeah, that's not
Okay.
that.
I thought you
heavy.
meant the wooden one.
Yeah, you could borrow that one.
Yeah, I was
too.
like, that one's not that bad. I was like, I guarantee my little
All-
trailer weighs more than your little black
all
wood
I
one.
need
Oh, yeah.
is a little trailer to get my tiller from my sister's to my house.
Put it in the
Roof
fucking
rack.
wagon.
Roof basket.
The fucker's like 800 pounds. How the
Drive
fuck
it
am I
up
gonna
there.
No.
Yeah, I have ramps.
Park in a
ramps are
ditch.
easier than a
Park
trailer.
in a
Jump it.
park in the creek bed and then just over
Terrible
top.
solutions to easy problems.
Duh.
I don't
Bring
know.
a
I
cherry
was just-
picker.
Leave
pick
the
it
hatch
up.
open, leave the handles out, ratchet strap it to
So
the rear
here's-
seats, you're done.
here's
Leave
my
the
only
wheels.
issue.
Leave the wheels on the ground. Strap it to the car
and just
pull
tow
it
it.
there.
Yeah,
Here's-
flat tow it.
Flat toe.
Here is my only issue.
If that's your only issue with what we've said, we're
It will fit in the back of the Subaru
Perfect.
done.
if I undo the bolts for the handles, but I don't want to fucking do that because it's a bitch.
Cut the
New
handles off
idea.
then.
You take out your
Put pins in it instead of
No,
bolts.
You flip up your spare tire thing. You take out your spare tire. You let it sit in the spare tire hole.
He's onto something.
Boom.
Let him cook.
No.
Oh,
It'll work. What
it
do
will
you
work,
mean?
but no, I don't feel like it.
okay. Put a trailer hitch on. Put a basket on the trailer hitch. Just put it on there.
Yo, that's what I need. I was
Actually,
thinking about that.
You
too.
need a
Yeah.
raised basket though, because the hitch is still low. So
Nah,
you need a
scrape
like
it.
6-inch.
Scrape the fuck out of
No,
it.
you need
Oh,
8-inch
God.
casters on the basket.
Yes,
So when it
correct.
hits, it'll
Some
just
rollers.
Spin, it'll spin them to fucking
Yeah.
Jesus speed.
Hell yeah.
Your casters are doing 200 miles an hour behind you.
Holy shit.
That'd be perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
rear mounted hitch basket. What could go wrong?
Or buy the basket and have somebody I know build you a raise for it.
no,
Or I just have Brian just build me the whole thing.
no. We already have a home built one that's laying in the garage on the floor. It's probably heavy because it's made for Brad's truck.
Ah,
So
You guys
it's
even fucking use that anymore?
That basket, no, it just lays on the floor.
No.
Like it's.
Can I steal it then?
No, it's very nice, and it's got a pin where you can pull it out. It'll rotate. Like it's super nice.
Why the fuck did y'all have that?
I don't know why he built that. He was doing something and it made sense, and then it sat.
Well,
on the floor
that's
forever.
Brad.
We can look at it next time we're over
Okay,
there.
cool.
I think it's all. He only builds stuff out of like 1/4 inch or thicker material.
Yeah.
So
Brad doesn't fuck around.
Like our little black trailer had a set of ramps, and they were probably like 75 pounds a piece. Yeah,
Yeah,
Christ.
they are heavy.
they were all 1/4 inch tube and fucking angle iron, like beefy. Mm-hmm. The new ones are like
I cut out a big chunk of that to now hook around my trailer basically to prop it up so I can drive my Jeep up them.
sure,
I cut out like a massive amount of strength to it,
and they're still,
and I still drive up it on my Jeep perfectly fine, and they
Yeah.
don't bend at all. I'm
They're
like,
heavy.
yeah, this is fine. Like this is.
To be fair, he
way
built them not to fail, and
Yeah,
they haven't
he did
failed.
that.
But
Brad built it once.
yeah, he likes to build stuff beefy, which is fine, especially when he's not the one using it most of the time.
Yeah.
He's like, "Fuck it, it'll be 1/2 inch plate." It's like, but I have to like slide these out and then not
Carry
break
that.
my
Well,
fingers.
that's not my fucking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said build ramps. There's some ramps. Good luck.
Jesus Christ, they're solid steel.
They're
Damn near.
if he had access to solid steel, they would be. Machine them out of one piece.
Fuck yeah.
Build it.
Milled.
Yes.
But yeah, so
yeah.
had
Hit-
Monday,
hit-
Tuesday, Wednesday off of work.
Now, why did you have those days off work?
For no fucking reason.
You
they
mean
literally
because it was
just
fucking
shitty out?
cold?
no.
No?
Monday and Tuesday was 70 degrees
Well,
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they literally said business reasons was the reason.
Business.
Like in our group chat, they were like,
Business.
somebody asked, he's like, well, why do we have these days off? They said business reasons. I'm like,
They
"Oh,
didn't
okay."
have the payroll to pay you.
Yeah. Hey, pull up your messenger. I sent you one more picture, by the way.
Can do.
So yeah, I was like, okay, well, I have just time to do shit now.
just go fuck myself.
So I built a patio.
Man's like,
Motherfucker built a deck.
I had one day off. I built a patio.
I did really. I bought 80 or at first I bought 60 pavers, put them in the back of my truck.
Used
This is
pavers
not a
or like
patio.
you
No,
went to
I
the
went
store?
brand new. Yeah, no, I didn't take a picture of the patio, but
Well,
the
then
Subarus.
how do we know you built it? You're lying.
Well, I don't care enough.
Fair
Because
enough.
it was literally just so I didn't have to mow the area in between my little lean-to
Oh, so this
and my
was out of
house.
laziness.
kind
no,
of.
without a spite.
Yeah, basically, fuck
Get
that
it-
grass that
get it
barely
right.
grew anyway. But yeah, I also took apart more of the parts car,
Mm-hmm.
installed the steering rack on the wagon.
Is it better?
No.
Oh.
I know
I told
what it
you-
is.
I told you it
Okay,
wouldn't
it
be.
is better, but it's not perfect. I know the part that I need. It's the sector
It's
shaft.
the steering rack.
the whole
No, it is
assembly.
the sector shaft in between the steering shaft that comes like through your dash,
Yeah.
and then the part that connects to the actual steering rack. It is a double U-jointed little collard piece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you need
It's-
what
the
comes
U-joints are
off
blown
of
out
the
of them.
power steering box.
So what you're saying
No,
is
there's no box. It is the shaft to the steering rack. There's a shaft
Yeah.
coming out of the steering rack. There's a shaft coming out of the dash.
Yeah.
And there's
The
a
power-
double U-jointed piece. That
then the
goes
power
into
steering
it.
pump powers the rack. There's no box in
Yes.
between there.
Oh, okay.
But
got it.
yeah.
You're thinking of a truck. This is a
Yes.
car. There is no.
So were those U joints bad the whole time? And
Yes.
You might have not needed a rack.
yes.
Well,
I
now you
replaced
have a
it anyway.
spare.
But now I have one with 70,000 less miles on it, and it
So?
does work better.
Yours might have been replaced at some point. You don't know that.
Okay, either way. Well, then I went to take off
Get
the.
fucked.
I went to
Skip
take off
the diagnosis stage. Went right to fuck it, new parts.
Well, yeah.
Me
Yeah.
with my
But
Subaru.
I took apart the Subaru today
Mm-hmm.
to see if the sector shaft was good on that one. It's just as bad, if not worse, than the one on the wagon.
That makes sense. Yeah. I believe that.
2 days or when I was off work, I went to O'Reilly's. I'm like, hey, I need a sector shaft for a Subaru. They're like, we cannot. There is no fucking that part does not exist.
Because
according to O'Reilly.
technically, a sector shaft is inside a steering box.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm like, I
But-
told him, I'm like, I need the little double U-jointed thing
Mm-hmm.
that goes in between the steering shaft and the fucking.
See, this is why when I bring stupid shit to O'Reilly's, I just go, I need one of these.
No, I was there behind the counter with the dude because he like me and that dude. He's seen me in
Is
there.
that the younger
100 times.
guy?
No, he's not there anymore.
I'm
Oh.
not surprised.
Yeah. Actually, turns out that guy, the guy who walks with a limp, you're saying?
No, it was like a kid younger than us.
Oh no. Yeah, there was a guy like darker hair, kind of weird, and
Heavier set?
he walked with a limp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
O'Reilly's. They're all heavier.
Turns
set.
out he does a lot of coke, and he was doing coke
You'll
with one
have.
of the girls. who-
Hell yeah.
It was a girl's friend who I was at the bar with. Like this was a couple weeks ago. And like I saw her come in, and I was like, "Oh, I kind of know you." I'm like, "Oh, I definitely know you because you worked at
definitely know that
O'Reilly's." I'm like, "This is weird."
Dude does blow.
And then
on
turns
the
out
weekend.
the girl who I went there to meet was like, "Hey, I got to take my friend home. She's coked out of her mind." I'm like, "All right, fair, nice to meet you." And I have Dr. Sense.
Wow.
You're like, damn, this is crazy. I'm gonna go to.
Yeah, I was like, "It's
I'm gonna
like
go home and blow
11
my
o'clock." I'm
fucking
like,
brains
"Perfect." I
out.
wanted to go to bed anyway.
Fuck this bitch ain't worth it.
But back to O'Reilly's they don't even know what the fuck that part is. So
That's
yeah,
like if
whatever.
you don't give them a part number sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll have to find a part number online.
You should have brought it in and be like, I need a drive shaft for my 6.7 F350 and just set it on the counter, and it's like a little 1-inch shaft.
Oh god,
like,
yeah.
I need a drive shaft for my RC car.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Actually, RC car drive shafts, if you're doing custom, 1/4-inch or 1/2-inch socket extensions.
Oh
like
yeah.
ratchet extensions.
shit.
Those work amazing. And
Yeah.
flex U joints.
Yeah.
Like the flexible socket
Huh.
adapters. Apparently that shit works awesome for little robo drives and stuff.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Fun. There's your knowledge for today.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so
don't ask me for more. I'm done.
I'm done.
put a steering rack in, had to put one new ball joint on because the wheel bearing that I got off the parts car, one of them was new, one of them was bad. I also, when I was hitting I had the nut loosened and it's flush with the bottom of the stud. When I was hitting with a hammer, it pushed the nut up the threads and fucked all the threads up.
You'll love
so
to see that.
I had to unbolt the ball joint from the wheel bearing and just use just the wheel bearing. So I'm like, okay, I need one new wheel bearing and some other shit I had to go to the parts store for.
Right.
Bolted all that on the car.
You
Drove
show
it.
show your wheel.
Yeah, so I missed the
Oh
lineup
my
a little
god,
bit.
a little bit.
My man-
Motherfuckers half turned to the left.
My man
So,
eyeballed
I
the
thought-
fuck out of this.
Okay, no. I thought I remember
You thought. Well, that was your fucking first
That's-
goddamn problem.
He's onto something. Let him cook.
I thought when I had the parts car up on jack stands when I unbolted the
Oh, it was straight.
steering rack, it was straight. Turns out I forgot I turned it to get the brakes off. So I forgot that was turned halfway.
Oh my
So I was like,
God.
oh, I'll turn, I'll do a couple turns on the shaft and get it lined up. Well, it turns out I only did it halfway as much as I needed to. I'm like,
you want to
fuck.
know the trick to that? You put the wheels straight and then you get a paint marker down in there and mark.
Nah, that's cheating.
Well, I
Not
had
dead.
it was just a
then it'd be
fucked up
off a
deal.
full turn.
Yeah. But yeah, so when I replace the sector shaft, I'll fix that. No big deal.
that's an easy
Yeah,
fix.
man. It's,
also
it's
fixed-
class.
Yeah. I also took off the exhaust of the parts car. Turns out it broke the exact same place that mine did.
No shit, because your
Fuck,
exhaust
yeah.
sounded like a tractor for a
Yeah.
while.
Turns out they just break on this seam.
Just fucking
from the
weld it up.
factory. I did.
Honest- 'cause I was
This
gonna
one
say-
I tacked up. This one
Wanna
had
zoom in a little
This
bit?
one had factory Bosch
There we
O2
go.
sensors,
Ooh.
which was nice.
I wonder if that's what they use from the factory. It's just
Probably.
Bosch.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Well, yeah, because the wagon ones were not Bosch, and I was like, well, might as well use the ones that are Bosch and has 70,000 less miles on it. Fuck it, good
Well,
enough.
if yours aren't Bosch, that means they've been replaced, so they probably don't have less miles. But
I don't.
Semantics.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, this will work.
fuck it, we're changing everything.
But also, like,
Fuck it, we
actually
ball.
having exhaust fumes go through the
Where they
exhaust
need to
are gonna
go.
be way different.
that's gonna be insane.
yeah. No more check engine light, so that's cool. I
So
also
this did fix the check engine light, or was it the O2 sensor?
yes, it was this.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they are also new O2 sensors.
Yeah.
So
But
like,
this
It was
was
probably
giant-
both.
yeah,
The
no more
giant air
exhaust
leak.
leaks. O2 sensors, and I also fixed the mid pipe, like where yours is cracking. I had to weld a little adapter onto this to fit to my current, like the rest of the
That's.
exhaust.
I think I might go tomorrow and
Just
pick up
slice
a.
both sides of it and couple it.
Well, it's because where the the
Donut?
exhaust flange is, the seal for that exhaust flange is going bad. So
High temp silicone.
last time I
use so
cranked
much
down both
baby.
sides,
Blew it.
and now it still leaks on the driver's side. So I'm just gonna cut the fucking flange completely off, and then just put
Put
a
a pipe adapter in there. And
pipe
do it.
adapter in there and 2 clamps, and
That's-
fucking be done.
That's the right way. Or you put a V band and do cool stainless weld on
Yeah,
there.
nah. I mean, do you want to weld
No.
it?
No,
Exactly.
fuck you.
So it's
not unless
fine.
you pull it out of the car and you're not doing
Actually,
that. No,
do you
don't-
have one of the battery-powered circular saws? Or
Yeah.
we're gonna have to use a grinder on that,
a circular,
circular
saw?
saw?
For what?
or a band
angle
saw,
grinder.
Hacksaw,
bandsaw,
I-
battery-powered bandsaw.
We have a non-battery powered one here.
Okay,
Quarter
that
one.
works.
We have a sawzall, got a jigsaw, got a little bandsaw. We're good.
Okay. I just don't. I've learned my lesson on cutting exhausts with fucking
Angle grinders.
sawzalls.
You don't use an angle grinder. Use a sawzall.
Yeah, sawzall
Fucking
you'll get
hate doing
more
sawzall.
straight. But yeah, a
Well,
bandsaw
it will
is-
not be straight, but it'll go quick. Where
Yeah, that
angle
too.
grinder, you only get half of it, and then
Yeah.
it bites and tries to kill you.
Yeah.
true.
So
Bandsaws are
I'd
great.
rather just use a not a
With
a bandsaw.
The problem is bandsaws are fucking bulky as shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
just
can't,
can't really.
but the blade doesn't stick out, so you have
Yeah,
to have room around
you-
it to
you
go
don't.
up.
Cock.
Yeah, the
Okay.
tunnel.
Circular
the
saw it
trans
is.
tunnel,
Fuck it, I
yeah.
lied.
Yeah. Anyway.
Pull the
What else?
bandsaw.
Oh yeah, installed the hitch.
Which is
all new
fucking
front
clean
end.
as shit.
Yeah, it worked out good. I needed a 2-inch ball for my trailer. It had a 1 7/8. I'm like, go fucking figure.
This is
So I had
not
to buy
the
a
same
ball.
one, but like, do you see the problem here? Like, you can't go through the.
You just take the guard off.
No, it's the
That's
whole
not how that
tunnel.
works.
The tunnel
Well,
is
no,
the size of the guard.
It's
No,
only.
you don't do that.
I know. I'm just making a
Yeah.
fucking joke.
We'll cut the exhaust off, bring it down, then we can cut it with the bandsaw.
Man.
Done.
Oh, I did fix the
I'm not
bracket.
going to give a fuck at that point.
The exhaust bracket that's been broke on my car since probably Washington.
Since it was new.
I fixed it and reinforced it, and now my
How did
exhaust.
you fix it?
We just welded it all.
Oh, okay.
Like it was stainless steel and it broke like clean crack break.
Mm-hmm.
So you hit it off something?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it bolts technically to the transmission is where like the bracket bolts
okay.
on the top side. Now that it's fully together, the exhaust is up probably another 8 inches. Like,
Hell
it doesn't
yeah.
hang down anymore. I'm like, wow, this
Ground
is crazy.
clearance,
Wow,
baby.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm
shocked
like, damn,
and amazed.
that's crazy. So that's cool.
Sick.
Nuts.
So what are these pictures? These other pictures you sent?
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
like, when I
what
had the
the
exhaust out,
Fuck.
I noticed that the exhaust valves are very white. As in, like,
Okay.
I think I drive the piss out of this car, and it's just that.
Oh,
fucking
good lord,
hot
they
all the
are
time.
fucking
yeah.
white.
Yeah, this is a
That looks like a
That's the
bad
the valve.
deposit
They're
of
They
something.
both are. It's
It's
not
fine.
carbon. Carbon would
No.
be black.
It's fine. Don't
I
worry
think
about
that
it.
they've just gotten
Oh.
a billion degrees.
Wait a minute.
No, you didn't get them that hot because you
When we were in Washington and you had that misfire, wasn't your car running lean?
if it's
Um,
misfiring, it's running rich.
But still, like,
Because it's not sparking.
wasn't
It
your
would've-
car
it would've
running
cleared
lean?
up.
I mean, maybe. I don't.
This is
fucking
also
know.
a different motor,
Yeah, this
actually.
picture's way worse, but yeah.
I want
that's
to
also a
say,
different motor.
isn't it when your
Yeah, he
valves-
swapped that motor, so that's definitely not it.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck,
But
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
Is
no,
there
I
a
don't-
big ass
I just
crack
noticed-
right there?
No, it's just
It's the
casting
exhaust
seal.
okay.
gasket. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's probably a casting mark.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I'm like, damn, I don't know why they're so fucking white.
because they shouldn't get any carbon on them because everything's flowing away from them.
True.
Like they just look like that.
Yeah.
That's
I just thought that was neat because I was like, I rolled around. I'm like, what the fuck is so white up in there? I'm like, oh yeah, it's the valve.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is the valve so white?
Like in
Midwest
In
vibes.
theory, there's no oil there. There's no fuel there. There's just
Yeah.
exhaust fumes. It's just kind of
and it just
staining
gets
it.
hot all the time. I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that seems
Yeah, I'm
normal.
like, oh,
I wouldn't
oh,
be worried
okay.
about that. If it
Weird.
got hot enough that you fucked it up, you would have fucked up the seat or
Oh
the
yeah.
stem and not.
But yeah, no, I was like, I'm assuming I just drive this like
Yeah. It
at
was a what
3500
the fuck
RPM all the
moment.
time.
Yeah.
So it's not great.
I can assure you, you're probably not hurting that.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Sweet.
did that. Fucking yeah, built my little patio. I did. Yeah, so I did a pallet of 60 bricks in the back of the truck, which turned out to be about 700, 800 pounds.
Okay.
Realized I needed 25 more after I got the Subaru done. It was the next day, so I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to take the Subaru. It's maiden voyage. I'll just drive to, the next town over, pick up
Shakedown
all the
test.
bricks.
Steering wheel crooked.
Crooked as shit. Yeah, drove to Menards, picked up the bricks. I'm like, wait, it was 700 pounds for 60. How much is this? About 450 pounds in the back. It was
My
planted.
tires.
It held the weight fine. It was just a little planted, and I didn't drive very
If you
fast.
think about it, 400
tires.
pounds is just two dudes.
Yes.
It's really not that much
But
weight.
it's two dudes in this
Directly on
like
top
2
of the
foot by 2
rear
foot
axle.
You
area.
could have spread them out. It's fine.
Yeah. It
Spread
worked.
them.
It
Plus
was
the
okay.
shock towers right through the top. You're like, well,
Yeah, the known rust issue on these cars. Damn.
yeah, just disintegrates a hole right through
Just
it.
put some HVAC straps on them. It'll be fine. I've
It was
seen
just
people do
just
before.
testing the rear suspension for when I'm soon to be putting a trailer behind it.
That is, if you get 400 pounds of tongue weight, you got a fucking
The
trailer.
hitch is only rated for 350, so yeah. The hitch is rated for 3,500 pounds. I bet the Subaru from factory is rated for like 1,500 pounds towing. So
I bet it's less than that.
probably.
I bet your
I,
four-cylinder.
I want to
Mikado
say it's
box,
about 1,000.
even that seems like a lot
Probably.
for your car.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, it's not exactly big. Well, if the hitch is rated for 300, that's probably what the car's rated for.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably pretty careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so Subaru things.
Subaru things. Let's go to not Subaru things.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to do work to the truck, the red one,
Yes.
because,
What are you doing now?
well, now that it's like running and got air in it,
Well, so have you been driving it now?
no,
Okay. So you
Because-
lied.
no. because the Secretary of State was fucking me a little bit.
Okay.
It's not really that bad, but since they're closed on fucking Saturdays now,
Yes.
you can't go in there and get registration on
can
Saturdays.
go to Happy's.
I didn't feel like
I'm
it.
Just so you know.
going to
I could've went to,
Happy's.
I know it sucks, but if it's just a sticker, they can't fuck it up.
A couple of banks offer them too. Like
Or,
my-
why don't you just give it to me tomorrow and I'll go and do it
because I
for
didn't
you.
want to.
Okay.
So
Then quit your bitching.
they allowed you can do it online with a registration and PIN number. So I'm like,
They
oh,
didn't
good.
send you the PIN number.
They didn't send me that stuff. No.
God damn it.
So I looked at my little thing. I'm like, well, fuck, it's not on there. Okay. They're like, we'll call and we'll give you a registration and PIN number.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, fine. I call them. Automated system. I'm
Yep.
like, oh, this is great. Oh, yeah. Press 3 for registration. Click. Welcome to the insurance division. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
I'm like, this does not go anywhere. It's like, our hours are this to this. I'm like, huh?
So, funny tangent.
You're really good at tangent.
I am really good at
Call you a
tangents.
tangentarine.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
We kind of have, or I kind of have that same issue with our streaming service for work. So, like, I remember a month or two back, like, all of them went down. They had their internet failed, and their failover, when it went to go take over, it glitched and didn't take over.
Right.
So, like, I was getting 200 emails an hour
Jesus.
saying that the stream was down.
So every person that listens to it was emailing.
Yes, people were pissed. So we have
Stop my oldies
a
country.
consultant,
Representative.
a concierge representative.
Whoa, that sounds way fancier than it is.
It
'cause
is.
It's just some dude in an office.
I have tried to call that motherfucker 40 fucking times, and I've never talked to that motherfucker.
You should just change the email link on the website to his personal email. So whenever the site goes down, it just fucking hundreds of emails start rolling
Christ.
in.
But so
Or just forward all of
I
them.
remember I had to call them during that process, and I went through, because their entire system is automated.
Well, of course.
If you go to support, technical support, billing, sales, even, because usually that's the trick. If you ever got to get to talk to somebody like Comcast,
Go to
go
sales
straight
first.
to fucking sales.
Zero,
and start
zero,
bitching.
zero operator.
Yeah. Does not work because their entire system is automated. You
Let's
leave
go.
a voicemail and somebody calls you back. I spent an hour and a half and called every single fucking directory that
Every
it gave
extension
me,
in the whole thing.
and I left a fucking voicemail. Do you know how long it took me to get them, or took them to get back to me? 5 minutes.
That's pretty good.
I pissed every single person off in the entire building because I was like, "What in the fuck
You
is
save
going
the number
on?"
they called you with. You're just gonna call
I
that
should
back
have.
now.
But
Yeah.
Be like, hey, please.
yeah,
Like, yeah, we sit here all day doing nothing.
I
You're like, I fucking wonder
I
why.
fucking hate automated systems.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
So yeah, the Secretary of State's one doesn't work, unsurprisingly. So I'm like,
It's the government. Why would it work?
so eventually on the website, there's like an email form you can submit that's not for that. But I used that anyway because I didn't feel like trying to go there
Yep.
during the day. And I like kind of I just explained it in like the message box. And like an hour later, they email me back like, "Yep, we can do that. Just give me this, this, this." I'm like, I'll just reply to this email and send it. And like an hour later, like, "Here's your registration." I'm like,
Wow.
holy fuck! I'm
I
like,
am very surprised that by you replying to that email,
That's
it
what
it didn't
Yeah.
like you had to
Didn't
open up
break
the
it.
link and then go into the support
Nope.
ticket and do it that way.
That's why I'm like, where's the like contact this thing or
Yes.
send this message? I'm like,
it's going to be hidden somewhere dumb.
Exactly.
It
I'm
must be somebody new because they were like, "Oh, I'll just figure this problem out now instead of
Yeah.
sending it down the line."
Let me just solve this for you right now. And I'm
yeah,
like,
because I have the
Christ.
power to do so.
Yeah, so I got that like
Crazy.
yesterday afternoon or whatever. I'm like,
Nice.
sweet. So now I can actually order my registration. It'll be $170 or something. Which is gonna suck, but and it's only good for half the year because I waited until fucking March.
Hey, remember that time I bought a sticker for the Subaru and
We bitched at you constantly for it.
And you thought it was gonna be really smart and last a year and a half, and it lasted a month.
yeah, well, no, I figured that out when you guys said that, but I was like, "Oh
that's-
yeah."
that is
Well,
a
no,
great
I
way to
still,
figure things out is once we say it.
I was like, well, I still use it for I don't know 4 months into, yeah, because I used it November, December, January, February. I bought it in February because I'm like, well, now that I'm like driving all the way to Pontiac for work
You
and I'm
should
working, I
probably-
should probably just buy one.
Yeah,
That's what I did.
makes sense to have one.
Oh,
But yeah,
so another tangent. I had an idea
Oh no.
because we didn't talk about this on the podcast, but there was a very funny picture of the shitbox going through
the toll.
Wisconsin toll
tollway?
road. Yeah.
it was the Illinois
Or
one.
the Illinois side of it, but yeah, to go to Wisconsin.
And so I had a very interesting idea. because if you notice, that picture is in black and white.
If you notice,
And it's
your
at night.
taillight's burnt out.
It is. I fucking love that picture. That picture is black and white, and there's an infrared light that is basically on those cameras.
Okay.
Why couldn't I just make an infrared light array that shines down
How
on
about-
my...
how about-
You're gonna maliciously blind the camera.
Yeah, fuck them.
Hey, how about you just do this? Because I'm sure they also take a regular colored picture of that.
Only
In fact,
during the day.
Okay, so you're only going to
why
blind them at
why
night?
would they have two cameras? It's the state of fucking Illinois.
making-
Because they
it's a toll
they
road,
know
brother.
that you're gonna drive past it and they want your fucking money.
well,
What
then
you
they
do-
can open the mother fucking toll lanes so I can
They
pay.
never will.
They closed those on purpose.
I know,
Yeah.
and it pisses
no
me
no.
off.
What you do is you go to 12voltvillains.com. You buy a powered license
Hold on,
plate.
slow down.
12-volt.
He's talking about committing an actual crime.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't give a
it is
fuck.
a
It's against the
license
state of
plate.
Illinois.
It is a license plate
Understandable.
hider. It's a powered screen that comes down.
Oh, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
they make it for motorcycles and cars. Yeah.
Ooh, bikes.
Well, it's just a little license plate bracket.
Interesting.
Well, it was on Total Off Road today. Mike was talking about the one for his either show truck or his lowered truck. He's like, it's on a Toyota Blendor motor,
Yeah.
and it tilts it down.
Yeah,
Click, click,
it's
click,
for show day, his
Yeah.
blue one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
But he mentioned it was on one of them. Like, oh, sick.
Oh, also, I didn't
trying to
realize
find
that
the
pinned.
picture?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Do
figure
you just
what-
want me to send
I
it
didn't
to you?
realize that
No.
pinned things in Discord stay per channel.
pinned. Yeah.
Not. I thought it was like through the whole thing.
Nope, they just stay pinned per channel. See, look, pinned
Yep.
either way. Okay.
Oh damn.
The picture's not that important, but still, I was just gonna pop it up if I had a second.
Hold
but
on. I
I don't
found
need
it.
it.
No,
You
'cause
know how
it's-
hard it is to send it to my computer.
No, I'm not going to send it to your computer.
Well, then
I'm
how
gonna
am I
send it over Facebook.
Fucking
It's
Christ!
not, it doesn't matter.
It matters to him.
Do you
damn
see
it.
how many fucking cameras there are in those intersections or in those?
There's a
little areas?
lot of
there's-
fucking cameras.
There's
There's
fucking
one per
20,
lane.
and there's only 3 lanes.
There's-
They're gonna get you.
There's
bud.
so many. Well, to be fair, they don't ever get
Yeah,
my
I'll say
truck. I don't
it
know.
is surprising
It'll be a
how
fun
little they
project.
get, but also at the same time they get a
Okay,
lot.
Digo.
Here we go. Let me zoom in.
Yeah.
Shitbox. Abused daily and
Yeah.
my taillights.
Yeah,
Oh,
look, your taillight's out.
1960.
Get fucking scammed.
Fucking
The
bad.
invoice fee is $12.
Yeah, it costs
Yeah.
more for them to send you it.
You should buy an iPass then.
Yeah.
I've fucking tried. Every single time I try, I get fucking denied.
Why?
Because they want you to instead of them or me paying them for a fucking iPass, and then every single time I go through there, it's $2 or whatever the fuck it is.
Sure.
$7.60. They're gonna
Okay.
say fuck no. Instead of that yearly $20, we're gonna charge you 12 times every time you go through this fucking thing, plus the toll fee. It's them making more fucking money. Fuck them.
But
State of
the
Illinois.
iPass makes the tolls cheaper.
Yeah.
Eat shit.
Yeah, no, the iPass,
I've tried.
you
I've
preload
tried.
money onto the iPass
Yes,
now instead of
I know.
before where you
That
just
is
got billed.
I hate tolls. They're so dumb.
Well,
Like
yeah.
if they at least made them simple, I wouldn't care. Like the ones when we were in fucking Massachusetts or not Massachusetts, New York.
Oh yeah, no. New
One of
York.
them, like you pulled on,
Yeah.
got a ticket, pulled off, scanned the ticket, and it paid
Yes.
it. Like
Yeah.
it was the easiest system ever.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of this, where it's like, hey, it's the middle of the road. Stop for this booth that's not open.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Or just hope and wait. 4 months later, which is what happened. 4 months later, we got fucking
They're
bills
like,
in the mail.
wait till it's. I haven't gotten one yet. So
Well,
Nope,
I was
neither
like,
have I.
me and Mark.
They're like,
I
wait-
thought you did.
Mm-mm.
yeah, we had templates.
thought
We're
you guys
good.
did.
Templates don't reflect IR, baby. You
But I don't know. I had that thought while crossing up underneath. I was like, huh,
can just take the plate off.
I could, but that's kind of
Or
illegal.
I think it's like what $120 for 12-volt villains, and you just have a shield. You just
Oh,
it's
fuck that. Jesus Christ, I could build an.
You could pay the tolls for that.
I could pay the tolls or build a infrared
Infrared bomb.
bomb that
for
just
less
shines
than
up.
$120.
Oh yeah, I could build one for $20. DigiKey, baby.
Could you hook something to the rear washer fluid nozzle and just like spray smoke out of there to cover it up? Like just spray like oil, something thick enough that
Oil?
covers it up. Just black paint and just sprays it on the road.
Oil slick.
Oil's like every car behind you did not like that.
I don't know. I thought about
You
that.
just really hate the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Mm-hmm.
Post office.
Motherfucker, I want my guns back.
Post office could give you a fucking aneurysm.
Oh, just wait.
It's
So
fucking- I hate it here.
We
You know-
still haven't talked about Brian's truck. I just want to
No,
throw
we
that out
haven't.
It's
there.
not important.
It's-
Okay.
I didn't do anything.
it's
I just
fine.
looked at things.
Okay, fair enough.
Marcus has tangents.
Yeah,
tangents.
I-
Other
and-
tangents.
antism.
Antism.
Put it this way, I've surveyed the people. They like to hear us talk about shit, not
Yeah.
about things.
Yeah, we're
They-
talking about shit.
People love mindless nonsense.
So, chickens are coming in April.
That's a month from now. Talk about it a month
I
from
know.
now.
But here's my plan for the post office because I know how fucking
You're gonna
stupid
mail them chickens.
our post office is in town.
So you're receiving
Okay.
them via.
Remember, this
Via
is
the mail.
This is recorded
Yes.
on a public forum. Do
That's
not
fine.
threaten the
Not
postmaster
threatening
general.
them.
Even if they deserve it.
I'm reminding them that I pay their
because
taxes.
I remember when my mom lived out in McNabb, they always came into the post office, and the post office knew because it's fucking Granville. Hey, the number is on here. I'm gonna call them, let them know that their live animals are in because they won't deliver them. They stay at the post office.
Okay.
I know how
do my
shitty
packages.
ours post office is at home,
They probably eat them.
and I'm literally gonna show up 2 weeks ahead of time. Go, here is my phone number. This is my cell phone number.
Yeah, they're not going to call you.
In 2 weeks,
Nope.
there will be live chickens here. They are mine. Call me, and within the hour, I will be here to get them.
Not a chance.
Because if they are dead, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
you're going to have to watch the tracking and wait till it says delivered.
I know.
Because they're not going to call you.
I know. Well, they should.
Well, actually, if it's USPS, you could just sign up for informed delivery and it'll text you when
it
they
is
show up.
USPS, and they're supposed to call because they are not supposed to deliver them. They're supposed to hold them at the post office.
Once you
and
get
call
a
me.
tracking number, put it in, track it on their website,
Yeah, I
and
know.
you can
but
add it to
I'm
informed
going
delivery.
to do that too.
Well, then don't worry about it. It'll be fine. They're just chickens are tough. They don't die easy, especially babies. Just get more eggs, brother.
If
It's so
my
easy.
chickens die, I'm going to go on a John
Just
Wick
go to
rampage.
fucking Rural King then.
No,
Not the same.
They're
It isn't.
still chickens.
It is. It
Those
is not.
still
It is
taste
not the
okay.
same.
Those are not the same chickens. Those are chickens.
The whole reason why
Those
I
are for
ordered
white
them,
girls to take home and then watch them die in their yard.
Yes.
True.
Like,
The
oh, look, a
whole
hawk.
reason why I ordered them online is this is a very well-known, very good breeder of 126 different fucking varieties.
Man, dude's good with chicks.
Yeah, he's a chick magnet, you could say. And
That's-
they are
yeah,
coming
Just let that sit.
pre-immunized for 2 different
That
well-known
helps, yeah.
diseases.
So when they die in transit, you're like, well, those ones weren't good
They have a
enough.
48-hour guarantee on it
Hell yeah.
after being delivered.
After being delivered. So if the post office kills them, then they're free.
Yeah.
Just tell them they
Yeah.
all died.
But then the post office, I'm
Hurry
going
up
to
and
be
make
pissed
chicken
at the
nuggets.
post office. I don't know. God damn it, they're my chickens. If
Little
you fuck
tiny.
them up, I'm going to come kill you.
Nick's going to steal them. I don't think you understand.
No, Nick's going to come borrow them for the day. That's
okay.
fine.
Can they have a pup cup?
Yeah, why not?
Because it's not. They can't digest that.
Why not?
Because they're not.
Just put
made-
some seeds in
They
there.
eat rocks and shit.
I've never
They don't
wanted
eat
to
rocks,
go to
it's
Starbucks
calcium.
more than to bring a live chicken.
Bring
through
a
the
whole
fucking
ass
truck.
chicken.
Yeah, hey, can I get a pup?
I'm going to do
You
it.
just fill the whole car with all of them. You
Oh,
just come
dude,
in like,
Hello?
absolutely.
Can I get 37 pup cups, please?
Can I get 9 pup cups, please? What?
They will
You'll
kill-
see when I pull around.
Yeah.
They'll kill
Actually,
me
no,
if
I'll
I
just be like,
don't.
can I just get like a venti pup cup? Like, just give
Can I
me
get a venti
give me your
whipped cream?
biggest like human cup full of whipped cream. Thank you.
Call it a large and it'll tell you to kill yourself.
Venti means 20.
Venti is the only one that doesn't mean large.
You're stupid in 3 different languages.
Yeah, all three or 2 other sizes mean large. One means 20. It doesn't make any sense. Fuck Starbucks.
Starbies. Okay, but sorry about your truck.
What about it?
So you're working on it.
I guess
gonna.
I have to at some point because right now it's functional.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it better.
But technically, wouldn't you want to start working on the Honda?
That doesn't
I've
mean
got.
anything.
I have
really.
2 months to fix the exhaust that's all beaten and broken, paint it, get some snow tires on it, and that's really about it.
It's about a
There's
weekend's worth of
yeah,
work.
so there's really not a
Yeah.
whole lot of work on that. Where the
Okay.
truck needs a lot of work
Yeah.
because everything takes a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to
Because
do
it's custom.
rock sliders in a cage
Mhm.
because those need to happen. Need to do bed sides and fenders and stuff because those need to happen.
But
it's
you
like
have to do bed sides before you do the cage because you want it to look good.
they're at the same
Well,
time, kind
yeah.
of. But then I'm like, before I do any of that, I should probably do body bushings because they're all fucking shot. And before I weld a cage over top of the cab, it can't lift it 2 inches to pull the bushing out.
True.
I should probably do that first.
Yeah,
Also,
that's-
all the bolts are just not
all
going
the
to come
bo-
out.
no,
They're
yeah.
just going to suck.
Well,
yeah.
they'll come out
No,
in
No.
powder form.
maybe.
Mm.
There's a chance they'll like come out after burning that with a torch or a sawzall. But either way, that's gonna really suck. But
I remember when I took them out of the Blazer and they were like fucking toothpicks.
yeah, these are already rough. So I'm like, I should probably do that first instead of like building all the stuff around. I could do all the cool looking fun stuff, but then I'm like, oh, those bushings are still shot. I flex and the cab just like crushes into the frame a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? So I need to do those first. That's another $160, and then
Fucking hockey pucks.
basically these are poly. They're good, but
Okay.
it'll be an entire fucking weekend's worth of work.
Oh,
With
yeah.
impact. Like rust is in my eyes. Everything hurts. This sucks.
I really
Luckily,
need
I
to
don't
buy
I don't have to do bedside ones because those don't exist.
Yeah, true.
Weight reduction, bro.
I need to buy a full face
A grinding
respirator,
mask.
like like
Good.
it's the one that Steve uses for polishing. I specifically asked him
Mm.
what
Like
is,
an IMSA mask.
yeah, full face with canisters, like
one of these
yes,
guys.
that motherfucker.
Yep.
Which every fucking store around here does not have.
Nope.
Uline.
No, Menards has them.
If you go to Fastenal, they might have
Bullshit.
them.
Oh,
I've looked.
Fastenal fucking has them.
But they're going to be really expensive.
they're
at
gonna be
Fastenal.
expensive.
I know
Just-
I know they have the replacement filters. I have
Just
not
order
seen
them off Amazon.
You might be able to get Menards to ship
Well,
to home or ship to
Steve
store,
orders
but-
everything, or Steve orders the masks through eBay, and then the replacement filters you can find everywhere.
So he's getting off-brand fucking sketchy ones.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know the real.
Just get a.
I just want
fact that-
one to
What
where
are the
fact that
old
whether I'm
school?
painting or grinding or doing anything where like shit is actively coming around my fucking safety glasses, I don't want to have to worry about it.
What
ever
are the
again.
old school like World War One, World
Diving
War
helmet.
Two gas masks that had asbestos in the filters? Just get one of those. You'll be fucking
Yeah.
fine.
Get a 3M VersaFlow. These are sick.
or not?
Those are
Just
pretty
price
badass.
Tag?
$3,000.
3, great, go fuck yourself. But
Yeah.
damn, that's cool.
PAPRs are fucking expensive.
HEPA filters.
Even one
baby.
for like a welding helmet is like thousands of dollars. They're so expensive.
tax write
I'm
off.
gonna build one from scratch. It'll be really sketchy, but yeah, that's
Just
what you need. is a
just
full
hook it up
face.
to your fume extractor.
No, because then it's gonna pull the air out of my face. I don't want that. I need it the opposite. I need pressured air.
So then just take
They make some that go.
build an exhaust.
They make some that go into shop lines. You get fresh, cool air from the pit. Yeah, till it's like the air dryer's off and it's feeding me water, and I'm fucking drowning. But yeah, a full face, respirator would probably be pretty nice.
Yeah, I need to. I've been meaning to buy one since like last summer. Is when I texted Steve about it. I'm like, hey, like, give me a part number or a link. I
need
I at least
it.
need to know because I've tried finding them locally and I fucking can't.
You and I both know how Steve works. You need to just drive down there when you know he's
Well,
there.
no, he did send me the link when I asked him.
Okay.
I was like, thank God. But like, for as much research as I tried to find, I'm like, I can't fucking. I just look for the thing and I can't find them anywhere. And
Which is
fucking
the
goddamn it.
one you have, please.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, this off eBay. I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, look,
thanks,
this is really
appreciate you.
really easy to understand. You're like, thanks, guy.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Steve.
But yeah, got to do body bushings because they're all shot.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, okay, once I get those done, I need to do sliders, cage, do all the things that now take a bunch of work.
Yeah.
And all custom and this and that. And I'm like, I've been looking at stuff over time.
Are you
kinda
building
getting
a
ideas.
bed?
Kind of. We'll
Or like a
Faux
flatbed,
bed.
I guess.
It'll be a
We'll go
faux
to that
bed.
Yeah, I know
first.
he's gonna put bed skins on it.
we'll
but
put bed
a
skins
matter-
over it. But
Matter of like a flatbed and then a cage.
so this is
Or-
these pictures are courtesy of Exofab. They do make this is a Toyota bed kit they sell, and I might actually just like message them, be like, hey,
Give me the measurements
like-
to see if they fit.
they said this is for a 65-inch bed. And I'm like, man, that's really close because mine's like 68 or 69. I'm
So all
like,
you'd have to do is just extend
extend a couple of tubes, a couple inches.
Are you gonna go anything over the front half of yours?
Yeah,
though?
I'm still gonna-
You're gonna make something custom. To the
I'm gonna
front?
make this stick above the cab and then halo over the cab and go down
Yeah.
to the front.
Okay.
But like
Like through the fenders and stuff, or like.
kind of the same way your hybrid comes down. It
Yeah.
comes down the pillar and then drops through the fender. Because my slider will be under the door.
Yep.
And I want the cage to tie to the on both sides because it sticks so far off the frame. I'll show a picture of somebody else's slider in a minute, but
Yeah, that'll help reinforce.
yeah, they're like the Toyota like frame is roughly the same size and shape. It's got that
That's
same kind of
fucking
flat
cool.
profile.
Yeah.
They sell it with like the panels and everything, not the wood panels, but
Yeah.
basically be like,
The
hey,
steel panel.
like here's my measurements. Can you stretch it? Like just expand it just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Give me
to
two
fit my cab.
2 or 3 extra inches, a tube where I need it, and
Literally.
vice versa.
I hear that's a lot.
That's a
Well,
ton.
Yeah.
But they say they'll do like custom stuff available on the website. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you've already got this whole kit figured out and designed. I'm like,
Yeah.
just let me, cheat these numbers each a little bit, and it'll save me a fucking bunch of time with a tube bender.
Yeah.
Because it's roughly
I'll
the
say,
same
like,
size.
what tube bender do you have?
We have an
See, I was going to ask this question.
Besides the
affordable
manual one.
We have an affordable bender. Let me see if I can pop it up real quick.
Because I keep seeing there's like very cheap ones online.
This is one of the cheap ones.
Like $150 on Marketplace for like that and a bunch of dies. I'm like, I wouldn't mind having one just because. Like,
So we've got this guy, the affordable bender. That's literally the name of it. But
oh yeah, I remember seeing
it's a hydraulic cylinder that then pushes your die around.
Yeah.
The ones that you see cheap are usually pipe benders, and they are not the same thing. So a tube bender has the curved
Well, they're
mandrel.
like 20 ton and.
Yeah, let me switch to one of those because
Yeah.
I see those a
Like
lot.
central pneumatic, I think.
Yes,
maybe one.
this style
Yes.
probably. These do not work. These are known as tube kinkers because these don't pull the pipe; they just push it. So
yes.
with tubing, it's thin enough wall that it will actually like bend it
Yeah.
instead of actually smoothly bending it.
Kind of like you see it in exhaust tubing a lot.
Yes, where it wrinkles it. Yeah. Or it's like it stretches where it's thick and then thins out for the bend. And
Yeah.
these are not good for tubing. If you're bending like a pipe and you only need a couple degrees, yeah, it's fine. But
Well, and that's kind of like that's what I would like. I only need this for like I was gonna get rid of my front fenders and build basically tubes off of my uprights for my cage.
Yeah.
To tie on my sliders. Gonna go up and then around down to my frame. Like
Right.
realistically, it's one bend.
yeah.
And then also like
If you're gonna-
rock sliders.
well,
or
one
tubes off my sliders.
we probably already have the die you would need. You use 1.5 tube probably. We've already got that die, so
Yeah.
I would just use ours for that because those cheap ones just aren't good. They're not going to bend to 90. They're not going to bend.
I forgot you
nicely.
guys had this one. I thought it was just that one that's mounted
The
in
manual
concrete.
one?
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
That one technically could. That's similar to this guy.
Yeah.
This is a Woodward, but ours is it's the same idea where it's and this picture doesn't show me what I wanted. Either way.
Yeah.
It's an arm where you manually pull it around and bend it. It works, but it's
So I remember me and Obermiller did that like when I was in high school. We had a couple like little things to do. I'm like, yeah, that just sounds like it sucks.
it sucks, but yeah, we've already got the affordable one. We just need the dies for it. If I need a die for 1 3/4 because that's what
Yeah.
my main halo is going to be. But we already have an 1.5 inch, and I think ours is a 1 inch. We got the 2 dies, but the 1.5 is a brand
1.5
new die.
is going to be most inch and 3/4. Or,
1 3/4 is your main halo hoops and stuff,
Yeah.
but everything else you can get away with 1.5 inch.
Yeah. Everything that I was wanting was 1.5 inch.
Everything you would do, I'd leave it 1.5 inch. Yeah. But yeah, I've been eyeballing their cage. Their kit's like $700, and if it shows up cut, ready to notch together, and I have to trim a couple things that I couldn't measure right,
Then,
like,
oh no.
like that saves me a fucking week's worth of work bending tubes
Yeah.
that don't fit when
Yeah.
they've already got it mostly
Yeah.
sorted.
Wasted fucking material.
Yeah, like, hey, 4 inches wider. Here's my cab dimensions. Can you stretch it out to this? They'll be
Yeah.
like, nope, get fucked. I'm like, sweet. But
Okay. Well, at least you
Yeah.
fucking tried.
But I'm like, I think that'd be a very simple way to get a cage
Oh, yeah.
figured out.
Oh,
At least
yeah.
the back half is just the back half needs to look nice because you're gonna see it because it's not covered by anything.
Well,
the
and
top is
here's-
just a 360 loop. That's pretty simple.
Kind of the
and it drops down from the front.
Yeah, but here's like kind of the thing too. So they already have the design done. It's not gonna fucking be hard
No.
to stretch it.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah.
like it needs to stretch in every dimension perfectly. So
Yeah.
it might be like
You're
it
just
might be-
scaling it
Yes, you're not like changing one number drastically.
because then
It's
that's
like-
gonna fuck up all your angles. You're literally just I need it.
Make it
bigger.
3 inches longer and 3 inches taller or whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll
Yeah.
just
Which is
stretch.
literally just every one of their tubes would
Is
add a couple inches.
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Not hard.
hoping is they can get a pretty good like.
Yeah.
Like we can get it close, but no guarantees. It's like
Yeah.
I can tweak some angles.
yeah.
And cut some
So,
stuff if it's too long.
I would rather tweak than
Yeah.
start from
Then-
fucking
So how
scratch.
are you gonna put your bedsides on this? Because I see that it has flat, basically fenders over top of the
Yeah, let me
whole
pop this up.
wheel.
This is essentially what it would look like when I'm done with it. 'Cause
You're
I'm
not
buying
you're
the
not
plate
gonna put
kit.
the plate on top of the two.
Not necessarily.
flat
I
tubes.
might,
So
but I can make those myself if I
now
decide
here's
to.
the
Yeah.
question. So your rear fenders
Yes,
for the bed.
my bedsides.
So you're gonna cut the entire bed out and the actual inner fender part.
I already cut the bedsides off.
Oh,
on my-
okay. Well,
you might have been gone for that week.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I deleted that picture already. But
So
the
it's
bedsides are
literally
off.
just a flat.
I have a
It
flat.
fender.
is the flat
I have
side
the
panel
flat
with
side of
nothing
it.
else on it.
Yeah,
It
I-
is literally
It
just
really
the-
wouldn't be
it is
that
the-
hard to add a couple of pipe in there, up and down.
Yeah.
and just bolt. And
Yeah.
weld.
Essentially, it'll just sit on
Well,
that flat
weld 'em
rail.
well.
See if
Yeah.
I still have the picture just for because it wasn't that long ago. I don't delete shit off this computer. Oh god, there's a lot of stuff in here. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
all the
delete
shit
shit.
we've
Me
also
and my
seen.
which
recycling
way
bin.
am I? Oh, it's not in order of anything.
Of course
Okay.
not.
Well,
Yeah, I
either
don't
way,
know.
it's in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
okay.
But I have the bed.
I'm just trying to visualize how you would kind of do that.
Yeah, I have the sides of the bed already laying on the ground.
I don't think that'd be that hard to bend some pipe up to make kind of an inner cage for that.
Well, I'd want an outer cage on the the bedside. So there's a tube there that'll hit before it hits the
yeah.
bedside.
Bedside.
That's stuff that it's like once I'm halfway through it, I can fine tune that mentally.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, my original plan was I'll put a plate inside the bedside to hold the shape because it's a curved kind of general shape. I'll put one plate flat in there, put one plate 90 to stiffen it, and then build tube mounts off that to attach it to stuff.
Gotcha.
Because I need to. There's no structure left in it,
No.
so I have to add structure back to keep the shape somewhat close. Then I'll build mounts from there out. So I'll do 2 or 3 mounts inside of it to stiffen it, then build tubes off that to
Protect it.
actually tie it to stuff.
Yeah.
And then put a rub rail, through the outside or whatever.
Gotcha.
Hypothetically, I don't know. I don't know for sure any of these things, and if I ruin these bedsides, oh well.
Yeah.
I was gonna scrap them anyway, so what's the difference? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm like, I'll just use them. They already have it mostly figured out.
I just had like a blast from the past.
Baja Blast from the past?
No,
Ew.
remember Rigs of Rods?
Yeah.
Oh my!
I think you showed me that.
Yeah, I
game.
How
think I did.
fucking old is that game?
Very
I played
It's
it
like
in,
it's like
freshman
BeamNG,
year,
but even like
before BeamNG was a
Yeah.
thing.
This is old. When's the release?
Um,
It's 2005.
Holy
wow.
shit!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you showed me that. They
think
had
so.
that Cummins crawler.
Because you had showed
I
me
used-
not SnowRunner,
Mud
the
Runner.
original spin tires
Oh,
yes,
demo.
yes,
I'm like,
yes.
oh, you need to see this because this is even older. and
Yeah.
I remember
shittier.
you playing this on your
Look up
shitty
Dodge-
laptop
Look up the Dodge crawler.
on the
'Cause
FFA.
that's the one I used all the time.
I remember you showing me.
Or-
God
I
damn
need
it,
to search
Andy!
Crawler too.
Sorry.
I remember you showing me this in the FFA lock-in
Yes.
freshman year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes, I
and
did.
it ran so shit.
Oh yeah.
On your like half your
this
fucking
guy? Right there.
textures were
Is it this
missing.
No, no,
No,
no. Go back to the other. Yeah, right down there.
this guy.
Yes, that's the one. That's it.
Yep,
I used that
yep,
fucking all
yep.
the time. It was so good.
But it did not look
wanted-
like that.
No, it did.
It looked like
It was
shit.
well, it was square
It's-
pixels
oh,
that
it's
look
terrible.
like that. But
I was like, I forgot how the back end of this used to be.
I'll see if I can find another picture of it. But like,
I
yeah.
was like, damn, take some inspiration off that.
I've
Not really.
I have done
but
I've done stuff like that where I look at something, I'm like, what did they do? I'm like,
God,
what does
that's
this look like? Like I
funny.
looked at,
Rigs of Rods.
I have pictures like
Is
RC
this still
car.
active?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Why wouldn't it be?
I should fucking download this again and play it.
Oh, there's so
yeah,
many.
because they had the double stacks and
Yeah,
stuff.
truggies and
Oh,
pre-runners and
yeah.
stuff.
Christ.
Good lord. Yeah, there's no pictures of it. They're all pictures from the front side.
Do you have to pay for
Yeah.
this game?
No, I don't think so. I think it's
Is it
free.
free.
Yeah, because this is the only game that would like run on my.
2022 was
laptop.
the last edition.
Holy shit.
Yeah, download right there.
God.
Easy as can
Oh
be.
my god.
This game's fucking old.
was
The
like, I
fact
have
it's still getting updates.
Well,
Yeah.
2005 to 22.
December of 22 was the last update. That's very recent for a game like
So-
that. For a very intense physics game, yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, I need to
Sick.
play that on my
14
You're
months.
gonna
fucking 3070 Ti.
You're gonna go home and play this and be like,
yeah.
it's running at 3,000 frames per second. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Good
Oh, God.
lord.
Hell yeah. Dude.
Hell. It's what do you mean? Look
I
at this.
can't- I
Look at the
can't-
Look at the
quality.
little skid steer.
I can't believe I forgot about this.
I can't believe you remembered this.
Oh my
Look at this.
lord.
It's beautiful. This is I
Boom.
think this map is called like Runway or Airway or something because I remember playing this map.
I remember a couple of like downloaded or like mod maps that I was like did the crawler course on.
Yeah, that game's fucking sick.
God,
yeah, that's
it's
like
fucking
BeamNG before. I don't know if it's
BeamNG.
before BeamNG. When was that released?
Original BeamNG. Yeah, I don't know.
2013. Yeah.
Oof.
So it's got it by 8
Holy
years.
cow.
Yeah.
It
that'll-
helped build the body.
I think in my head
It
I
walked so the beam could run.
yeah. Oh yeah. I think in my head all the time I played with rigs or rods, like in my head
Rod.
it's standing where BeamNG is now, but like because it all seems like one game.
Yeah,
Whereas
it-
like
it-
this
it
is
all
what I
meshes.
actually
It's
was
like
playing.
you seeing Minecraft Alpha and you're like, oh yeah, I know that game, and then you're like, wait, that's completely fucking
Yeah,
different.
you're like, oh wait, it looked like that. It This was years ago, and I went back and played Black Ops 2. I'm like, oh, this looks awful.
Oh,
This
God,
is
yeah.
Like, don't look at it on a good
Me
screen.
wanting to play
Yeah.
Need for Speed Carbon.
my
Oh
God.
my
Oh,
god,
dude,
this
hey,
looks
no.
like dog shit.
30-second loading time for
Underground
anything.
2, yeah, not.
Yeah, it's
not
even
great.
worse.
Actually, no. Underground 2 holds up way better than Midnight Club does.
I
Oh,
believe
God.
that.
Midnight Club is
Midnight
rough.
I believe
Club
that
is fucking
wholeheartedly.
rough.
Yeah.
I think
Hell
back
yeah.
then we were like, oh my god, this is amazing.
This is so lifelike.
Look at the graphics. Oh my
Right.
god, the 4G
Look at the titties on the girl
Yeah.
on the
I mean,
front
Look at the
page.
triangle titties.
The car is 4 polygons and just praying you don't notice.
Yeah.
The background is just a PNG. You're like, it's good.
And now we get pissed off if we get a frame rate drop.
No, that's Andy when his game turns off.
all the time.
All the time.
Build a new
CS
fucking PC already,
no,
god damn
I
it.
am. I mean, I'm gonna buy the board and every fucking thing else.
Hell yeah.
Board
yeah,
CPU
no, it's,
RAM.
Yeah.
I played CS2 probably
Case.
10 or 12 matches. Probably 10 matches over the last 2 weeks, and
Dog shit.
6 of them crashed.
Oof.
Probably
Yeah.
3 of those crashed multiple times during the session.
If you cleaned your desktop, that wouldn't happen.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Go to hell.
No, that's just not it.
It's, you don't know it's not it. You can't prove it's not it. My games don't crash. My desktop's gorgeous.
No.
Go to hell.
Sorry, I just
Yeah, no, that's
Fuck you.
yeah, that's fair. Anyway, another thing Exofab had is they sell
a slider kit.
DIY sliders.
Oh, nice.
So here's basically how they would have to land on my truck.
Mm-hmm.
Because my frame is
Chevy,
so...
isn't it?
Yeah, this is a square body Chevy. This is a CMCV or whatever.
Can
they're-
you do dimpling here? Not dimpling.
I could.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Gussets.
Plates?
Gussets.
Gussets with dimples in them, you mean? Where it's a hole, it's tapered in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Are those dimples or gussets?
Dimples.
A
Dimples.
gusset
Gusset's just a
strength in a
triangle.
corner.
Oh, that's right.
a,
That's
yeah,
right.
A
Here's
dimple. A dimple is a.
A gusset is just
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Is
Can
a
you
brace.
can you do dimple plates?
I can.
Fuck, I'd love
Do
People
you guys
3D
have
print.
dimple dies?
You could 3D print them. People do them all the time. It's fucking sweet.
Well, yeah, you could, but
No, they work like
out of steel. Or
They
the
work like-
dies. You
you
mean?
dimple the die with a
Oh,
3D
out of
print.
3D printer. Okay, yeah.
Because you're not making a hole, you're just stressing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like PLA Plus can do that. And a little H-frame press. Yeah, it's actually not that hard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, here's generally what it would have to look like.
That's not bad.
The frame's so far away though
Yeah.
that I have to do some weird angles to make stuff fit.
Yeah.
Where like Andy's are just welded to the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
well,
can't
there-
do that.
Turns out there's a perfect like one person one time was like, I'm just gonna cut out the rocker panel. I was like, you know what? I bet a rectangle tube would fit really good in there. And now it's just the industry standard
it is
of
the
what to do
only-
with
It's
the
just
cherry.
what everybody does.
Literally, like, wow, this worked perfect. Everyone else is like, yeah, it really did.
Yeah,
huh?
thank God you posted this in a forum fucking 30 years ago. Now everybody
And then
does
Bleep and
it.
Jeep's like, hold on, guys. Here's how you do it. And you're like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Thank
Pretty
God.
much, yeah.
So yeah, they sell a DIY slider kit,
Mm-hmm.
like $260 or something.
That's not bad.
And I'm like, well, if I'm already ordering a cage, they'll make them to whatever length you want.
Yeah.
I'm like, this will be perfect. Like I can just order both these boxes of tubes show up, and I can just start throwing shit together.
I should have you
No,
order. I need
No.
just the outside tube and the middle pieces.
like this bent tube.
yeah.
Oh, because you want
I
to make
need
like a little rub rail.
all
for
I need
yours.
is like the bends. It needs to stick out off of the 2x6, like
like a couple of inches.
the width of the tube, and then another 2 inches, like 4 inches total, maybe.
Yeah, and you could just bend a piece and cut it, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been looking at that stuff. Exofab's got, both things the way I wanted them. And I'm like, like that might be the way to go, is just ordering,
Yeah.
have them tweak a couple things and order it.
I'll say if you're ordering steel, I'll just have you order that, and we can
Well,
bend them with that affordable
yeah.
bender.
Yeah, I mean, I also have to order a bunch of tube, do the rest of the cage.
Yeah.
Do all
Well,
the
yeah,
top
that's what I
half
mean,
and front
yeah.
half. And
'Cause, yeah, I can do all that.
gotta get the winch bumper sorted out and decide how much of that I'm cutting out and how much I'm keeping, because it's all a mess up there. And if I want to change springs or move stuff or whatever, I need to sort that out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Stuff.
And then speaking of stuff, so I got rid of the picture again. God damn it. On my truck, the transfer case sits below the frame. It is in the way of stuff because the ground.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you're crawling stuff, that's my lowest point, is my
Oh, gotcha,
gigantic
gotcha.
fragile aluminum case.
Yeah.
Because it would have been Sunday at Hangover Run. Like we hopped up on that one obstacle and you're like, yeah, don't do that because you're going to hit your transfer case and stuff off. So I'm like, well, I might as well figure out if I can move that.
Can
Clock
you?
it.
Yeah, if you can clock it. I'm like, well, it's a weird case. Nobody uses a BW 1356. Maybe it's like weird, whatever. Took literally 1 second. They're like, here's a clocking ring that fits it perfectly. And I'm like,
Nice.
really?
Cool.
So I've been kind of eyeballing that. It's like the first thing that pops up is like, here's this standard 6-bolt clocking ring, like billet aluminum or whatever. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, well, that's fucking easy. I'm like, I thought this would be way harder than that. They're like, nope, it's pretty simple. You just bolt it onto the case and then rotate it and put the bolts through into the transmission. I'm like, this is way easier than I thought.
Yeah,
So,
is it?
Here's a form write-up of a guy using it to like
after.
Yeah, this is the after. So you see where the frame is here. Mine sits down. Can I see the
Probably 2.5, 3
2 to
inches
3 inches. It's very low.
Yeah.
So like
you can see it from like the second picture there is of the side of the frame.
Yes.
It sticks out well below.
Yeah.
Like
that.
where this mount is, it sticks below that.
Yeah,
It's
so
about here.
Go back up. So the center point of the frame side of your transfer case basically sits down by the
this?
bottom side. Yes.
This part right here
sits down at the bottom side.
is
Yeah.
flush with this.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 or 3 inches
Holy
sticking
shit.
below it.
Yeah.
When you look at it, you're like, wow, that is really fucking low. So this is just literally a little spacer ring that goes right in between these two. And you could see where the holes,
Yep.
like this is where the hole should be.
Yeah.
And here's where it is now. It's literally one of the easiest things to do. And I'm like,
Oh shit. How much is that?
the one from Northwest Fab's like $140.
Oof.
Or I can get this one for $65.
Or you could just make one.
Sick.
Yeah, I could just make one, but I don't want to.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll just order this one for $65. It'll bolt.
65 is not bad.
No, because it's the same bolt pattern as like an NP208 and Dana 300, which are like the most common ones.
Yeah.
An NP231 and 241, like the most common transfer cases, period. It's a 6-bolt offset flange, so one hole doesn't line up or whatever, but I'm like, wow, that'd be way fucking easier. I can just bolt it in place, clock it a couple degrees.
And be done.
And be done.
Yeah. The Northwest Fab one, like,
And you don't like. I was assuming like at least with my Jeep, like I would have to notch the floor and stuff. Like gets pretty rough.
I must have trimmed the picture off. The guy on the form write-up, he moved his like 20 degrees or whatever. He's like, that's where it just touches the floor.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So beat it with a hammer beforehand and you're fine.
I can get it almost perfectly flat before it touches the floor. I'm like, that's awesome. The one thing is the fill port is now even with the drain port because it's sideways.
Yeah.
So he's like, just jack one side up till it's where it should be,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
fill it. Then I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
he's actually onto something.
This man's spitting.
And then other than the linkage is now a little bit crooked, but a couple of bushings will fix that and tweak some steel. Like that should actually work out really nice. Then I can have a fucking full flat belly skid.
Yeah,
out
that'd
of,
be fucking
like,
awesome.
One piece flat, perfect.
Hey, I know a guy with 5/16.
I don't know. That's the thing is I don't know what to use for belly skid. Like,
Thicker the better.
well,
Or
thicker's
aluminum
heavy, though.
or-
I don't want to use aluminum. No, I'm gonna
Okay.
use steel
Yeah, no,
regardless.
you use
Okay.
fucking
But
steel.
whether I use 1/8 or 3/16, I have
Like use 3/16.
I probably should.
I
just
wouldn't
for-
go crazy thick, but I would go thicker.
It
because
depends
guess
how
what?
big the frame is that you're gonna run from your side rails.
If
Well,
Or if you're just gonna use no frame and bolt it straight through the frame.
That's the thing is if I
If
go
you-
just to the frame, I had to go 3/16,
Yeah.
maybe quarter.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
If you go thin and beat the absolute fuck out of it and bend the shit,
Then
then
it's
all
easy
of
to
your
replace.
mounting tabs and all of that other shit to line it up and get it bolted in are going to be fucked.
then I just make a new one.
But you could just be like Brad and do it once.
Dude, yeah, I'll make it on a half-inch plate.
Half-inch plate and be done.
I'll just weld it to
no,
the frame.
actually, it would be good to have that much weight low because it brings your center of
But
mass
having
down.
less weight is also better. When
Yeah.
I'd add
Less weight
1,000 pounds of
total.
skid plate,
You got a V8, brother. It's fine.
it's still a 351. It's not happy.
Good old Windsors.
Yeah, driving it not in for low, I'm like, wow, this thing's gutless. It does,
Oh God, yeah.
like
I'm
getting
sure.
over the converter takes work. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't like the big tires.
Oh, no.
Gay, but yeah, I've been looking at a lot of that stuff, trying to get it kind of just sorted out
Interesting.
into like
Yeah, that
what
seems super easy.
like what's the simplest way I can make a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Instead of like I'll bend it all
Well,
myself
and
and,
there's-
buy 3 different dies.
There's
or each
no
$300.
sense
no
in
thanks.
trying to go the hard route with this shit, especially with, hey, this is what you have. I need it extended in every direction by 2.5 inches.
Basically,
Yeah,
I'd be like,
it's
hey,
not gonna
like,
be hard.
do you have the either a file or dimensions of your cage? I want to tweak it, and then you guys
Yeah.
can cut it. For
Yeah.
me. They're like, yeah, it's $1,000. I'm like, okay, great for something
Take
that
my
fits
fucking
perfect,
money
whatever.
that I don't have to piss or fuck with.
The fact that buying a bending die is $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's already a quarter of your or a third of your budget.
Well, I'll still spend quite a bit more on top. of that.
Yeah,
because I'm still going to probably buy one for the rooftop rails.
Well,
and
but
the ones that drop through the cab, but still,
the amount of material costs that you would probably lose in just trying to figure out how to make that.
That's
is
the thing is
just
the trial and error.
Take my fucking money. It's
Yeah.
not worth my time.
Exactly, and it's going to show up unwelded anyway, and that's the fun part.
Yeah.
Getting to zap shit together.
Well, and that gives you time to adjust things as well.
I'm gonna have to tweak all the things,
which is
anyway.
fine. You're gonna have to shave a little here and there, and
Oh yeah, I'll cut the tubes in half if they're the wrong size. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
it. But it's like if
you
I
have
can
a
get
general idea.
if I can have a really good starting spot, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
So hopefully that all works out. Generally,
Nice.
sort of, kind of like that. But
Yeah.
got to do bushings and then probably get the Honda ready. So
Gotcha.
we'll see kind of where that gets.
Yeah, it took a lot to not order some parts off Barnes today.
Yeah.
I was like, I could just buy the ram mount now,
Mhm.
and I could buy I want to buy the unit bearing grease zerks
Oh yeah.
because they were back in stock. I was like, damn, I could buy that. I'm like, what else is like fairly cheap? I'm like, or I stop spending small amounts of money and
just
I buy
spend-
And just
and I buy
one
the
big
gears
order?
and get the gears.
Well.
Or actually, I don't know what I should do first, is gears or steering, because like it's all gonna.
It
kinda
all
suck.
has to get done though.
Yeah.
You know, gears.
If I get the
Gears
gears
could
done,
be-
I can drive it around.
You could do it
with,
without.
and I could just do the.
You could do it without the gears in too. You could do the stock gears and run it like that.
Well,
the back's
the rear.
fucked
I'll
up.
say the rear's fucked.
Yeah.
But
I don't
yeah.
know. You could use code MORR10 for 10% off on Barnes apparently.
Oh yeah, I knew
For
that.
Matt's off
I used it
recovery.
on something. Yeah.
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 Because Michael mentioned that. I'm like, oh fuck, he probably does. He has a code for nearly everything off road related.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go.
Shit. Yeah, I should do that more
Yeah.
often.
Speaking of more often, let's get out of here more often. It's an hour 50 in this
Oh
thing.
fuck! All right, fair enough.
Good lord.
Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. Good lordy. Okay.
Sweet.
Still here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.